What?
What? What? What? What? What? What? What? What? What? Why can't you? 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 I did this. Why can't you?
Hi, and welcome to Headliners. I'm Tim.
I'm Ollie. I'm doing all right, sorry.
And Mikey, he's been fired from the show. We had to let him go. So Ollie is going to be taking Mikey's place. And here, we should just get rid of that. There we go. And so, welcome to the new Headliners.
Yeah, how we all doing?
Ollie, why are you on the show today? What happened?
We got the day off today because it's Remembrance Day. So I observed my moment of silence this morning at 11:11, just like I was supposed to. Watching it on TV. It's the day that we take to celebrate and remember those who've fallen in service, right? So
You're a veteran, right, Ollie?
I wouldn't say I'm a veteran because I didn't serve in any conflicts, but I was in the militia for like 3.5 years. So I do have some military experience, just nothing where I'm actually serving overseas or anything like that. The farthest I went away from home was just over to New Brunswick, which is a 6-hour drive, and I was over there for 8 months on a call out. So
Yeah, but you got like a uniform somewhere, right?
currently, no, I don't think I still have the uniform. Maybe.
Oh, no?
Yeah, I was still living at home with my parents, so it probably never came with me when I moved out.
But you got one at some point.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. Close enough. Close enough. Here in America, it's Veterans Day. Basically the same deal, except we call it Veterans Day.
Yeah, and different, what's the word? Things that you do over a long period of time, right? Traditions.
Yeah.
Brain wasn't it. Right, so we have the poppy up here. I don't have my poppy with me anymore because we're supposed to take it off after the ceremonies, right? So, but basically, back during World War One, there was a Canadian soldier. He was over in France. He was at a place called Flanders Fields, and there's a bunch of red poppies in Flanders Fields, and he wrote a poem about the war and the poppies and stuff like that, and how he's remembering. And it kind of became a thing where ever since then, on Remembrance Day, we wear the poppies as a part of remembering what happened. So
I think in America it depends on like where you live, whether you do like the poppies or not. I think that like mostly it's like American flags and or just like I remember in the town I used to live in, they would do instead of poppies just like red colored flags.
yeah,
And they would put that
yeah,
all over their like front lawn.
okay, yeah.
Um
Here we have like most major towns and cities have a cenotaph, we call it. So it's just basically some sort of statue or memorial
yeah.
towards those that have fallen. Around this time, we all get together. You lay wreaths of red poppies at the cenotaph. People make speeches and stuff like that. Before I was in the militia, I was in cadets, and there was 4 different summers where I was part of the honor guard, where we'd march to the cenotaph, stand there at for the morning, guarding the cenotaph and whatnot like that, right? So, yeah.
On the town, I went into town. God, I live in the fucking mountains in the woods. I went into town to get some coffee this morning, and our town green is very big.
Yeah.
And it has a tank. There's just like a tank instead
Okay.
of a statue.
Yeah.
And they were having a ceremony at the tank with a bunch of veterans, and a couple of like American flags and whatnot. So I assume that's what they were doing. They were doing like a remembrance thing. They had a bunch of like white paper bags with I assume veterans' names on them
Okay.
surrounding the area.
Yeah.
And yeah, they were doing a bit of a ceremony there.
Do you know what time of day that was? Did you happen to note it?
I think it was 11/11.
Yeah. So that's what the same time we do it. So
Yeah, yeah,
there was a peace treaty that was signed at that time to end World War One, right? So that's
yeah,
the reason for that time.
yeah.
So
Because originally it was what, like Armistice Day?
maybe, yeah, that sounds about right. So, and it got changed to here in Canada anyway. It got changed to Remembrance Day, I think, after World War Two.
Yeah, and in America it got changed to Veterans Day after World War II or like the Korean War
Or one of your other conflicts.
or
Yep.
one of our many other wars that we've had over years.
So
So yeah. I assume that Mikey has clips.
Mikey said he had clips. Yes.
I'm gonna see if I can find them. But the big news of the last 24 hours in America is that the Senate Democrats, well, not all of them, 7 Senate Democrats and 1 independent from Maine caved on the government
Yeah.
shutdown
What the fuck?
because
Now, I didn't really pay attention to the names of the people. Was Schumer actually one of the ones that went on and
no,
changed his vote? He didn't change his vote,
no.
but
Here's
he just convinced 8 other people behind the scenes to change their votes, right?
here's what I think happened and what the political game is. The Democrats were going to cave anyway because mounting pressure from their constituents and from the president and from whoever, the Senate Democrats were going to cave before the weekend started. But Chuck Schumer convinced them to not cave. But they were getting pushback from whoever. The moderate Democrats got together and was like, we got to end this. And Schumer convinced them to stick it through the weekend because the eight who voted to end the government shutdown, we're going to vote on Friday to end the government shutdown.
Hmm.
They got convinced to wait until the end of the weekend, and then they did it anyway. And from what I heard, because I was listening to the Majority Report with Sam Cedar, and he was talking about the deal that was struck was because the moderates were just going to crack anyway. And Schumer was like, here's what we'll do. We'll put up people who aren't up for re-election in 2026 to vote, which is a calculated political maneuver. Those people are either retiring or they're not up for election for another 4 years. So that was the game that was played. They didn't put up anyone who's up for re-election because they didn't want anyone to get the blowback from that.
I, it's just such like you're saying they were going to crack and they were going to vote last week. Like, what was and it was their people convincing them, not Schumer that convinced them. I don't know about that end of it, but
Schumer convinced them to wait through the weekend, but he wasn't ever going to convince them not to end the government shutdown.
so you think that the whole time he didn't want to vote in favor of reopening?
No, he was sticking to, once again, this is Chuck Schumer, so this could be anything. But I
Yeah,
think that he was sticking to the line about healthcare and it was working. But for the
yeah.
moderate Democrats, it wasn't working for them because they either live in red states or states that are, can be very conservative, and they were getting a lot of shit from their constituents and a lot of political pressure from their states. So I think that what happened is that the center caved. The center caved
I,
last week.
yeah. For the last month, I think it's been such a huge eye opener for people on MAGA people and people on the Republican side, just the general populace, to see what the fuck is going on, and it's like part of the veil has been revealed a bit, and they've been able to see through it. And I feel it's now that they're reopening the government, everything's just going to go back to the way it was before the shutdown,
Well,
and everybody's going to forget. And it's such a yeah.
it's so
Anyway,
it's so dumb.
Mikey will have stronger words.
Yeah. Well, the dumbest part is the things that they thought they got in this deal
They
are
didn't get
fucking
anything.
pointless. They're
Not a
pointless.
fucking thing.
They didn't get the healthcare stuff they wanted. They got a promise to vote on it next month in the Senate, which isn't guaranteed to pass, and in the House isn't guaranteed to pass. And then the president's definitely not going to sign it. So what
Exactly.
the fuck did they get?
Nothing. They got
They also
nothing.
got promises to fund SNAP, which was going to happen when the government reopened anyway. And they got promises to pay the people who were furloughed, which was going to happen when the government reopened anyway. So they gave away nothing, and they got nothing.
Well, they gave away everything.
Well, yeah, they gave away everything, and they got nothing. Like, I don't want to replay the Keith Olbermann clip.
Good night and good luck.
It's the same exact scenario when Obama caved on the government shutdown and the Senate Democrats caved on the government shutdown. Then they struck a deal in which they gave away everything and got nothing. And it's ridiculous that they think that they got something out of it.
They know they didn't get anything. They're lying.
Yeah.
They're lying to save their ass because, again, Grandpa Simpson at the fucking wheel decides, you know what? How about, special delivery. But Grandpa Simpson's like, no, I still got it. I can do it.
It's disappointing. And if they were gonna cave on the shutdown, they should have done it before the election. Because then they could have weathered the storm of like, hey guys, we gave up, but then won that election. And then they could have the momentum. But they got the momentum and they're like, we're just gonna give up.
That seems like that's what it feels like.
It's like they don't want to win. It's like they don't care about winning.
Yeah.
Are they planned opposition?
I mean, what's his name from Pennsylvania definitely is.
Fetterman.
And Jean Shaheen for sure, because she's retiring.
Yeah.
Durbin.
Angus King is an independent from Maine, so it's, whatever. Like, the independents can be whatever. He usually caucuses with the Democrats, but I know he's a moderate and that he sides with Republicans on some things. So he was always voting to end the government shutdown.
Right.
Yeah.
But the Cortez and Shaheen and all them, I was telling Ollie, Mikey, they were going to fold before the weekend, and Schumer convinced them to stick it out.
No. Ain't no convinced him to stick it out. No. Ain't no convincing. Yeah. He just said, well, can you wait until this day to do it? And then I can so then I can vote no. And then you guys vote. Like,
yeah, no, it was all orchestrated for sure.
He knew that shit and didn't communicate that to anybody. Like, hey, let me just let you guys know this is kind of where we're at. We feel like this. And then the people could have responded. But King Chuck has decided that he knows best. Führer knows best. Grandfather knows best.
I was telling Ollie, I was watching the Majority Report yesterday, and Sam Cedar broke it down on like what was going on. And it seemed like, those 8 fucks, the center there, were really just going to cave at any point. And the only thing holding them together was like the rest of the Democrats saying, please don't do this.
Yeah, because I mean, how does that look for House Democrats when every time that the caucus gets together, the left gets together, and then we say, hey, we're going to do X. The House goes and they follow the fucking marching orders and they do exactly what is necessary for the moment, even though it may not be politically expedient for them to do so. People put their seats at risk. People say, I'm going on a limb to stand for the American people. And then we get Schumered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like this motherfucker needs to go today.
Yeah.
Like, fuck the bullshit today. Tammy Duckworth, you need to say something about Durbin today.
Yeah.
Because let me explain something to everybody. If and when we do survive all this shit, there will be liability for all of these fucking snake agents. Where's my fucking button? Where is it?
Here is a snake.
It's like a slick snake.
Slick snake.
Yeah. Come on, guys. Let's do the plan. And then you literally sabotage the plan and embarrass everybody who agreed to the plan. And just under the bus.
We could talk about for a minute all the way back when the government shutdown was originally threatened in like March, and Schumer
Yeah.
was like, well, "Let's see what Trump's poll numbers are. You never know. Like,
What
you know,
has
we're gonna."
wait? What has
Back
poll
then, they should
numbers
have
get
shut the government
lower
down.
than 15,000%? Then the American people will see, and we finally get them to that fucking moment.
Yeah.
And then he lets these little fucking weasels, these little slick
Such a-
snakes,
Slick snake.
and then you let them just fucking undercut the whole thing.
Paul's a shame. He's shameful.
Here's the problem: is that every time the Democrats seem to get some sort of leverage, Chuck Schumer knows exactly how to give it away. He knows exactly how to fuck everybody else over. It was
Yeah.
working. It was working the entire time. The
Yep.
Republicans got blamed for fucking everything. Trump's got his, if we're talking about poll numbers, Trump has his lowest poll numbers ever.
We almost got rid of the filibuster for free.
Yeah. And that would have been game over for the Republicans in 2 years.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we almost got the whole actual fucking victory, and this dumbass decides, hey, let me pull my dick out so I can trip on it on the fucking 1 yard line.
Yeah.
Like,
Make
dude,
them change the rule to get the government fucking opened, and then when you have control of the government, you're going to be able to do stuff.
they need to. I
It's
think
not a bad plan.
Chuck Schumer needs to get deported. He can go.
my ass.
He can go. I don't care. He can go to Israel. He can go to the UK. Who want his ass? Because, I mean, if we're having drafts for, like, you know, we'll trade you this player for this player, we will trade Chuck Schumer for whatever. If you got a mop that's been used for about 60 years, we will trade you because that mop will be way more useful. We will trade you this mint condition Chuck Schumer still in the package. No corner bend or anything. You can have the whole thing. Like, I'm so sick of this shit, dude. This generational fucking ladder pulling. Like, fuck off, bro. If you don't want to do the job, then just go home. Go be a grandpa, great grandpa. Go live your life. If this is getting too stressful for you and you feel like you need to fucking take the easy way out, then you need to fucking quit. Because some of us aren't here for the easy way.
And honestly, what the fuck is with the 8 guys that, sure, your terms are ending, you're not planning on running again, you're running in 4 years.
Yeah.
Stick with your fucking party. It's the way that you're going to fucking win is by actually staying together, because as soon as you separate yourself off from the herd, you become meat.
Well, I mean, and that's what happened, right? There were 2 Democrats or Democrat-like senators who originally were like, I don't want the government shut down. It was what's his name from Pennsylvania, who I'm just going to forget over and over, and Angus King, who is an independent, who is not a Democrat, so he's not beholden to whatever Democrats want. But they needed what, 4 or 5 more guys, and then these people just decided. By the way, they didn't really tell the rest of the Democratic caucus this.
They did that last time. They did the same thing last time when they got all Hakeem Jeffries whipped everybody into shape and everybody was in formation marching to the beat of the drum. Cool. Good job, House Democrats. Here comes the Senate Democrats. Oh, look, there's the color guard squad having their own parade down a side street, not participating with the rest of the class. Like, dude, fuck this. There needs to be some sort of fucking mechanism inside the party to fucking control people. Because these fucking cowards are like, oh, they're gonna get us. We're gonna die. And they're fucking running around with their fucking hands up like the fucking pheasants in Bambi, or like someone freaking out in the Jurassic Park movie. And then like, we got to get out of here. And then they fucking sprint yelling through the fucking forest and they get eaten by a velociraptor. Like, we don't need these kinds of people. We need people who can make it to the end of the movie. Like, if you can't make it to the end of a fictional horror movie, then you need to not be part of the party no more. Or at least you need to be all the way behind closed doors. Like, these motherfuckers need to be interns. Like, they need to be learning how the fucking government works, not being the shot callers.
We were literally squeezing the Republicans
in a way they couldn't get out of.
Right. The flight delays, the traffic problems. If the government shutdown had gone on longer, there would have been a delay in the IRS tax deadline for next year. there would have been delays in more government services. Like, it
Yep.
was working.
It
Trump
was.
was feeling the pressure.
We're 3 weeks out, 2 weeks out from Thanksgiving. And if there would have been, because they were saying that they were accelerating the percentages of time off that they were giving these people. So we would have been down to like 20 or 30% of people not showing up to the towers. So
Yeah.
air flights would have been delayed. Whatever they're delayed now, we would have been in the second phase or the third phase of that. So it would have been even more and more delay.
Yeah.
It was working. It was literally working. Trump's over there screaming on fucking Lie Social. Just if you don't fucking, you better get that goddamn filibuster out of there and pass this shit. And we're over here. I'm over here. I'm like, yeah. Do that. Yeah.
It can only
get rid
good
of the
happen.
filibuster. Do it. Do it,
Yeah.
stupid. Come on, stupid. Do it, please. And these motherfuckers caved in before the stupid people could do something stupid because they're stupider.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was possible.
Yeah.
I didn't think.
You just need to replace so much of the Democratic Party with new people, starting from the top.
Well, and
Right? They're just they don't know where to go, and they're making wrong decisions.
the problem is, and this is once again, I was listening to the majority report yesterday. It's a specifically Democrat problem.
Yeah.
That they are literally in office until they die. Like Senator Feinstein.
And that other lady too.
Yeah. They and Nancy Pelosi is a rare exception. She's very old, but she's decided to retire. I mean,
she's about to get cooked. That's why they're about to. Her Republican financial insider friends are not her friends no more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why she's out.
Here's the problem: is that these people are in office for so long that they're also training the next class of senators and congresspeople. Like Hakeem Jeffries is a student of Nancy Pelosi, essentially. So you're going to get Nancy Pelosi policy from Hakeem Jeffries because he learned everything that he learned from her.
Yeah.
Then that's why
take on parts of it, but he'll still be following the line.
But that's the trickle down effect of having these people in office for so long, is that there's no new ideas coming into the party unless you're an AOC or an Ilhan Omar or Jasmine Crockett. One of the progressives who comes in is like, we don't like the status quo. Well, I don't care about being in leadership. I'm going to change what I can change.
Right.
Yeah.
But if you want to be in leadership, then you're going to be trained by a fucking Nancy Pelosi or a Chuck Schumer or a Hakeem Jeffries or whatever, and you're going to get these same policies from like 50 years ago that nobody cares about anymore.
No, well, the Baileys, they like to vacation in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and they pina colada.
Like, he's got such a fucking, like, Chuck Schumer, by the way. Sorry for people who don't know, the Baileys are like this fictional family that he guides, is like the North Star for his politics. And he kind of uses them as like an analogy for like decisions he makes. So if he says he wants to, just as an example, increase spending for education, the Baileys might have a new kid on the way and they're worried about schools. So, like, he always runs everything through this fictional fucking family's lens.
Okay.
Meanwhile, actual families with the last name Bailey are probably starving to fucking death because they're not getting their SNAP. And now all their health coverage is about to be wiped off the fucking map. I can tell you right now, no one can afford these increases.
No.
No one.
Yeah. Well,
so
no, not no one. Like, it doesn't affect the top 8 or 10% or 15% of your population, right?
They usually don't have health insurance anyway. They just pay a la carte.
Yeah.
Well,
so
it's not going to affect greatly people who have like employer health insurance. But if you get insurance through the marketplace, through like the ACA marketplace, your insurance premiums are going to double.
Yeah.
I'll
be honest with you. The way your insurance works down there for health kind of confuses me, because for me,
it doesn't work.
Go to the hospital. So I'm just saying.
It doesn't work.
Yeah, so there's just a lower end, like people that are in bad jobs that don't give you insurance,
like Walmart.
pay
We
for
could just
their
use Walmart.
insurance outside of that,
Yeah.
and those are the ones that they were getting benefits from the government to help them cover their insurance, and now those benefits are going away, and that's what's going to cause it to triple, right? Do
Well,
I have that in a nutshell?
basically, the government was
Yeah.
subsidizing the marketplace
Yeah. Okay.
and keeping premiums artificially lower.
Right.
Okay.
So they weren't getting benefits directly from the government. The insurance companies were getting money from the government to not make the premiums through the roof.
Okay.
So they were getting sponsored bribe money to just
Yeah.
please keep it into here. We'll pay. Here's $50 towards their tab. I don't know
Yeah.
what they owe you, but here's $50 towards their tab, and don't worry about them tipping because I don't think they're gonna be able to tip. So here you go. I hope they don't bankrupt you, and they haven't bankrupted you. You know what the health insurance
Yeah.
companies did? Increase their prices by the amount of the subsidy they got the previous year.
Yeah.
And then the next year they did the same thing, and the next year they did the same thing. So it is no wonder that a fucking EpiPen is $600.
What?
Yeah.
They were $80.
Yeah.
And that's indirectly affecting our prices here because our prices go up a bit.
And Tim,
Right.
Tim, like you were saying, the people who get health insurance through their job, your health care will be impacted for sure.
Yeah.
Once it goes into a complete spiral, and then maybe the clinic or your general practitioner, maybe most of their patients were on Medicaid, Medicare, and now none of that money is coming in. Maybe they can't afford to keep practice. Maybe you're gonna have to find a new doctor.
Here's
I'm hearing through the grapevine that there are more people in the medical field leaving the United States and coming to Canada.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
It's becoming like that's an increasing amount of people.
I'm
Like
about to lie on my LinkedIn just so I can get across the border.
There was already a doctor shortage in this country. There's not enough people going through med school, and any studies of like the Veterans Affairs doctors, there's not enough, and a third of them are retiring in the next like 10 years or whatever, and they're just not going to be replaced. So we have a doctor shortage already, and it's just going to get worse.
They're worried about the billionaires leaving New York. What the fuck are you going to do when all the healthcare professionals leave the country? What happened when all the teachers leave the country? When all the welders leave the country?
I guess, yeah.
I have a couple of
states. Go ahead.
I have a couple of quotes from some other Democratic senators who didn't vote to end the shutdown. Bernie Sanders said that the votes to end the government shutdown are making a horrific situation even worse. Elizabeth Warren said, "I think it's a terrible mistake." And Senator Murphy from Connecticut said, "The people who were on our side, we were building momentum to help save democracy, and we could have won. The
Yeah.
premium increase notices were just starting, and now
Hell.
giving in will embolden Trump, and things will likely get worse."
Yeah. And the thing is, they just opened the government until January. In January, they're going to be nowhere. So they're going to try and do this again. And they'll be starting from step one again instead of being the 45 days into it that they were. Right?
Yeah.
And with the holidays on the horizon.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They had to the Republicans had to really consider like, oh shit, I hope everyone's health insurance costs don't go up the same month that all of the flights to go on. You know what I mean? Like the governing of the country is a multifaceted, many tentacled beast. And it's hard to control. They're over here trying to fucking just ruin everybody's life at the risk of the system maintaining itself. So it's like, okay, you want to punish people so much that it's going to hurt your own constituents. Well, then go ahead. And then let's see if your constituents like that. Let's see if they like you bludgeoning them with other people. No, we'll never know because these motherfuckers just said, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
I feel
remember
like
Chuck Schumer. Oh, sorry. Last thing. And you remember Chuck Schumer was the one in January saying, "Oh, these people they have cancer treatments and they're not going to be able to get them." You think they're going to be able to get them now?
Yeah.
You think you helped? Stupid fuck. You's a dumb bitch, Chuck.
Here's another quote from Representative Ro Khanna of California. This is a defining moment for the party. We need new faces with bold ideas. The American people are tired of the failed status quo.
Like, we were already past this, and we were like, oh, cool. Finally, fucking douchebag has got his head out of his own ass. Took him long enough, but here we go, finally. Nope. Still
Nope.
in there. Still in there.
And, I wonder what this means for the Democrats going forward, because this was their leverage, man. They found the only leverage they had left. And this is it. I mean, yeah, they're going to have a government shutdown fight again in a couple of months. But are they going to be willing to put themselves through another government shutdown? I don't think so. Like, this was it until 2026. And
how can a New York senator be removed?
Probably, I don't think there's recalls in New York. I think they have to be like maybe removed by the governor. But
expulsion.
Oh yeah, you can be expelled from the Senate, but all the senators have to
That's
vote to expel
2/3.
you. Yeah.
I mean, hey, if we brought it up like, hey, Republicans, would you like to be rid of Chuck Schumer forever? I mean, you want to talk about some bipartisanship? Let's get some expulsions going. Bye, Chucky. Bye. Call the Republicans and be like, Leo, you want to help me get rid of this motherfucker? All right, cool.
See, now, I don't think you'll have quite as much bipartisanship as you think, Mikey, because smart Republicans will say, wait, no, we don't want somebody better than him in.
And I will,
and I will put out an ad saying, oh my God, what's this? Marjorie Taylor Greene. She's not a senator. Who's a senator? Was it Thune loves Chuck Schumer? Defends him to the hilt.
They got no pride, Mikey. They don't. They no. It won't matter.
No. Pride is all they have, and that's what I'm trying to exploit here. And then I just go out. I'm gonna do my Fox News hits. I'm like, yo, I can't believe I was trying to like just ask people. Thune is in love with him. Oh yeah, he wouldn't stop talking about the guy. Oh yeah, it totally happened. And I was like, maybe we should get rid of Chuck Schumer. He was like, oh my God, I would miss his smell. And I was like, what?
But I mean, they also are jackals. Like, they'll do anything to win political power. So
they will.
I love jackals. They're great animals.
Jackals, hyenas.
I love hyenas. They're my second favorite. I like all the weird animals.
Chuck Schumer is like Wile E. Coyote here. He just does the same thing over and over. And every time the anvil hits him on the head, he's like, hey, I won't do it again.
I feel like he's the guy selling Wile E. Coyote all the fucking Acme shit that doesn't work. Like, Wile E. just gets back on the phone. He's like, yeah, man, I tried the rocket on the roller skates. Yeah, Cliff Wall again, man. Do you have anything else?
I got just the thing that will get that road runner.
Wile E. Coyote is the Democratic Party. And Chuck Schumer's selling them all the fucking...
Yeah, he keeps selling those Acme rocket skates.
Yeah.
Or these big trebuchet rock catapult contraptions that just launch us into the ground. Like, that's what it keeps doing.
They even had Trump promising everyone $2,000 tariff checks. Like, he was doing so much damage control over the last month, thinking that he was gonna win this, or he had to try and outlast the Democrats, and he did. The Republicans did. They outlasted the Democrats. They had more fortitude than the Democrats did.
But here's the thing. The Democrats caved as soon as they started winning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like it made their little pee-pee tingle and they didn't know how to feel about it, so they hung up the phone. Like, what are you doing? Get him, Zero.
Shit.
The cat's chasing leaves, which are blowing around the neighborhood at about 1,000 miles an hour. And there's like a little funnel cloud in the backyard that whips up every couple of minutes. And then Dexter decides, I will try to tear all the blinds down. And Dexter's like, intruder. And Zero's like, intruder. I will tell somebody. That's my job. Make a lot of noise.
Shit.
Bastards. I'm pissed. And And it's funny. I called my mom yesterday. FaceTimed her. It's Monday, and she gets to talk to the baby, and they have their little time, and they just crack me up. They're so ridiculous. But my mom was like, "I hate Chuck Schumer." I was like, and my mom is a very young, almost 70, and she's just like, "What is he doing?
Yep.
Like, what was all this for? Like, what was the point of all this? Huh? To just waste time?" That was me.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That beep was you? Okay, I thought
Yeah.
it was my stove for a second.
No, I realized it was a ding. I was like, oh, that probably confused half of everyone. Just went, the fuck? What the fuck? So larger point on this. I listened to probably 5 or 6 different people like us, news aggregators, journalists, reporters, that kind of shit. I had the one camp, the Lawrence O'Donnell camp, which was, oh, if you only knew how hard it was to be a senator and to be in those rooms where only a few in the LBJ room or the somebody else's name who I forgot right now's room, and only the minority and only the majority, and you don't know what it's like for those negotiations. Hey, Lawrence, I'm gonna need you to stop playing defense for dumbasses. That's how we got in this motherfucking situation in the first place.
Also,
this fucking letting motherfuckers fail up shit. Yeah, that's how we got here.
yeah. Also, I've been in that situation. Obviously, like much lower stakes, like local politics instead of national politics. But it's a game of pressure. You're trying to outlast the other guy. Yeah, you're getting a lot of pressure from whoever, your constituents, your party members, whoever. You're the opposing side. But they were winning. They were winning the pressure.
Yeah.
They were winning the pressure game. The Republicans were feeling it very hard to the point where they were going to change the rules of the Senate. Trump was going to give everyone free money to offset the health insurance costs. And the Republicans were considering various other deals before the Democrats were like, we give up.
And what was it, King? Well, we tried resisting, but it didn't work.
It was working. Like,
first of all, yes, like first of all, yeah, like Tim, like you just said, it was fucking working. And second of all, that's not your fucking job to make that call. It's your job to stay resolute and resist.
Yeah.
Be the bulwark.
Now they were getting pressure from the public sector workers unions. The workers unions who were like, "Hey guys, in the shutdown, we're not getting paid, we're furloughed." Okay, but like you have to you have to weather the storm here. You can't as a small group decide what to do for the entire party. Because you had people like Bernie Sanders and AOC and Elizabeth Warren and fucking Chris Murphy and probably Tammy Duckworth, like all these other more progressive Democrats who are like, what the fuck are you people doing?
Again.
Why did you give up everything?
We just had this conversation with y'all back in March or April, whatever it was. Like, we just got done dealing with this shit with y'all.
And I've seen like the rooms with the few people, and you don't know what it's like in there. I've been in a few of those rooms, and you fucking make the tough call.
Yeah.
You make the hard decision. You say, we're going to stick it out because these guys are not going to handle it too much longer.
Yeah. This is as close as they got to a win. Forever.
And they literally said, I don't want to win. Please put it back on the shelf.
Yeah.
The Democratic Party constantly says, I don't want to win. We like it. We like being the minority. We don't like being in control of government. It's too hard.
I mean, if it's too hard for them, they need to leave. And that's the problem with having, sorry, people, I'm just going to blanket for the rest of the year. And then after this, I'm not saying anymore. The gerontocracy needs to stop. Ageism aside, it needs to stop. These people are completely detached from the reality that is facing all of the rest of us. And it is asinine and stupid to keep listening to them. They don't know what they're doing anymore.
Or they
Yeah.
don't care. I mean, it is a
Another,
calculated political. It
yeah.
is a calculated political maneuver to put up 8 people who aren't up for re-election or are retiring.
Yeah.
Because the party did not want to put up people who they knew were going to get blowback, and it mattered. These people, it doesn't matter if they get blowback. One of them's not even a Democrat.
Right.
So
And the thing is, I want these 8 pieces of garbage and Chuck Schumer to own this.
yeah,
You're a Republican now. So own this. You should be all in favor for whatever happens next. Whatever happens next, you want it to happen next.
here, I got
Yeah.
one of them for you, Mikey.
You voted for it.
Mm-hmm. Secret Trumpers.
Oh, it's muted.
You're
There we go.
fighting on the Affordable Care Act. What do you say to your colleagues who say this isn't a fight, this is a capitulation? You're putting together, you're agreeing to a vote on a bill that it almost certainly will not become law, and you're allowing that to happen.
Well, first of all, there was, as long as the government shut down, the clear statement from Senator Thune and the Republican majority, and they control the Senate, the House, the White House, was we will not talk about health care with you. So there was no vote that we were going to get on the Affordable Care Act, premium tax credits. We have a guaranteed vote by a guaranteed date on a bill that we will write. Not that the Republicans will write,
Hey, Tim, pause
although
it.
I do think it's
What pressure can they put on the Republicans to actually talk about what the fuck she's talking about?
Nothing. They can do nothing.
What mechanism do they have to ensure that this conversation comes up again and that there's actually a vote on it?
I mean, the bill that they're passing, but besides that, nothing.
I mean, they're whoever Thune or whoever that they're negotiating with agreed to it, but it's not written down or anything. It's not like
I think it is part of the continuing resolution. Yes, it is written down.
but it says a later date. It doesn't say on January 1st we will have
Right.
had our conversation about this by. It's not binding in any sort of way. It just says.
I think if the Republicans wanted to, they could worm out of it. But besides
So-
that,
If I understood Jon Stewart right when I watched him earlier today about this, basically all they got was a promise to put it to a vote
yes,
in the Senate, right? The
I'm just
Republicans
a bill.
control the Republicans control the Senate, so it's probably not going to make it any farther than that, even if they get their vote, right? But if it does pass the Senate, then it goes to the House and has to pass a vote in the House. And again, the Republicans control the House, so it's probably not going to go any further than that. And then it has to go to Trump for him to sign it. And if he doesn't sign it, then it doesn't get passed and it doesn't go into law.
yes.
So they got a promise to do a vote that'll never get anywhere. That's
No,
all they got.
It's like every single time the Democrats got a promise of a vote on gun reform. They got a promise for a vote. The Republicans voted it down, and then it didn't happen.
They literally went for the concepts of a plan option.
Yeah. Yeah, let's watch the last of Jean explaining her.
Here, you
fucking
want the
hypocrisy.
whole one?
Sure, if you got the
I got
whole
the-
one.
I just scrolled past it. I was looking through my history. I got out of practice. I was like just throwing everything into our playlist, and then I like got out of practice for like a day, and now like I'm all fucked up. Where the hell did it just go?
But I
Did you see-
mean,
Did you see Kamala Harris did it? An interview with Angela Rye on election night last
I
week.
heard about it. I didn't see it.
Angela Rye, you disappoint me.
I
But
will always call you Mrs. Madam Vice President.
Shut up! God damn.
But I mean, Mikey, when you were talking about like the multiple different outlets you listen to and watch, except for MSNBC, which, whatever, every other one I've seen that is more progressively minded has been completely outraged
Yeah.
by Schumer and the Democrats caving. Uh, uh,
Maddow was outraged.
yeah, Maddow
And-
was outraged.
And what's it called?
There's a clip of what's her name? Katie Tur. She does like a middle of the day show, like 3 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
She fucking tore them apart over this. She had a couple of them on her show and was like, "Why the fuck did you guys give away everything you had?"
Here, see if you can grab that one, because I think I found the other one.
All right.
Here's
concerning healthcare and the ACA. That is a big step, because otherwise there's no way for the minority to get a bill onto the floor of the U.S. Senate. It has to be through the office of the majority leader. So that was a major step to get the majority leader to agree to make that commitment tonight on the Senate floor. So the sum is we are closer to the possibility of work on the ACA tax credits for the.
He look and sound like somebody who keeps. Look, no, I have to go to the store and buy these Roblox gift cards, because if I don't, my son will stay in jail in Panama. Like you're a fucking dumbass boomer, dude. Like, you're dumb as shit. Like, how fucking inept can you be to think that they're actually going to even fucking talk to you after this? Bro, they're going to walk past you and not even say anything. You did the deed, dude. Take the money on the fucking nightstand and get out of the fucking hotel room. They're done with you. Wipe yourself off. Get out of here.
People of this country than we were yesterday, and than we were a week ago, 2 weeks ago, or a month ago. So this agreement tonight is.
Christine in the chat says, again, we the people need to start demanding that there are lower and upper age limits on those who hold political positions. We got to get all the fucking current skeletons out of the fucking way first. Need skeleton removal service. Somebody call it Ghostbusters.
Is a win for the American people. And it's a win for those people that are so insistent, that I'm hearing from all the time, protect our health care.
How does this fucking protect their health care, you dumb motherfucker? And I'm going to be doing this a lot, but everything that they say in these speeches that they each give is the opposite of the result that they fucking voted for.
Yeah.
You are talking like you didn't just do the opposite. You are talking like people's parents, millennials' parents who are elderly now, are old and need health care. They're not getting it. You think their fucking kids have thousands of extra dollars a month to cover our fucking parents' health care?
Nope.
Like, what are you doing? Like, I swear to God, Tim, we need to fucking get rid of their fucking 6-figure salary. You get the median fucking income of your goddamn district.
I agree. We need a butt counter on the screen.
I told you I was fired up, Ollie.
Funny as hell.
And like, I don't get how this dude, like, Maine, I'm sorry, y'all got to get your fucking shit together. And I'm so sick. And Illinois, with Durbin and Illinois and all that shit, we've been trying to get rid of his ass. We've been trying. Not a lot of great people running against him, and then the money is just unbelievably one-sided. But this guy is so
Our judgment is the best way to do that is to get a bill on the floor. Is there a guarantee it will pass? No. Is it a guarantee it will pass in the House? There is actually some very strong interest in the House, a possibility of a bipartisan bill and to get a discharge.
You know what else was popular in the House? Not caving in.
Charge petition, and then perhaps we're on the way. And we have that expression from Republicans.
He hoping for a discharge petition.
Man, they're not going to get 5 Republicans to sign on to a discharge petition, not about Epstein.
Right.
Senators who are interested in working on a bill that will deal with the ACA issue and perhaps additional.
Also, they didn't talk to Johnson and they didn't talk to Trump.
So what happened tonight is not the closing of a chapter, it's the opening of an opportunity.
Yes,
What
for the
chapter
fascists
does
to take
close
everything.
is the
Good
damaging
job.
shutdown that is only getting worse, that is only going to impact more and more people, and it's an opportunity for us to move forward on behalf of all the people of this country on the issue of health care, but also on making the federal government function. Thank you.
Timu John Bolton. That's funny.
Well, good evening, everybody.
Dark Lord Greg.
At a time when families desperately need relief, Washington's dysfunction is making life harder for families. And the last 39
Where's she? Is she from? Is she the one from?
Who
Is she
fuck
the
is
Nevada
this?
one?
days are proof of that.
They always say they're Ohioans, like they always say it. So let me just.
A record-long government shutdown paired with record-high health insurance cost increases is not the kind of history that the American people want Congress to make. Over the last several weeks, I've heard from Granite Staters who can't afford
Granite State.
New Hampshire. Yeah. So you're so worried about the New Hampshire people which, if correct me if I'm wrong, Tim, New Hampshire people are typically older, and they lean to,
And there's not that many of them.
and they're like center right ish.
New Hampshire is a pretty purple state.
Okay. Because I'm about to say they got a lot of like a lot of 2A guys are up there.
Yeah, New Hampshire's the live free or die state.
Right.
So they're libertarian as fuck.
a doubling of their health insurance costs. I've also heard from families about the deep pain that the government shutdown has caused, made worse by a president who illegally and repeatedly chose to cut off help for families who are just trying to buy groceries.
And you let him off the hook.
This is Maggie Hassan.
Oh,
After weeks of bipartisan conversations,
that's her.
I voted today to reopen the government so that we can get back to the work of helping Granite Staters. This agreement funds SNAP and food assistance programs.
They were going to do
ensures
that.
Law
Right.
enforcement, air traffic controllers, and other
That's
federal
another
workers.
thing they just fucking gave away is that the courts were saying, Trump, you have to pay the SNAP benefits. You have
Literally.
to.
Literally.
Every court said it.
And before
Even
the
the
fucking
Supreme Court, did the Supreme Court get there?
They were gonna.
and
Were
before
they?
before the ink could even get dry on the fucking subpoena, they fucking caved.
Yeah. The appeals court was like, the federal government has to fund the SNAP benefits. And they were going to take it to the Supreme Court, and I'm pretty sure the Supreme Court was going to say the exact same thing.
Ooh, that's cool. Just messing with the cameras here.
It would have been nice to have the Supreme Court on record going against them, against Trump. Just saying.
Get
I mean,
paid.
Trump's about to lose a whole bunch of shit with the Supreme Court. They already lost a same-sex marriage case.
Yeah,
that was brought.
a Burgerfell stood. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Versus the president's recent reckless layoffs and prevents them from happening in the future. And crucial.
No, it does not.
and that was already going to happen. They were already going to get unfurloughed. The Supreme Court already said it was illegal.
Like, they're so stupid. And this is why I've been saying fuck for the last 48 hours in every other word. This is their look. I know you think I'm wrong, but I'm actually right. Like, that's this speech. Like, that's
Right.
what this is. This is them trying to rub our little progressive noses in it. Like, we don't fucking understand because we're not them and we're not important enough to fucking understand how complicated caving in on your fucking morals is. Bitch, I'm not on drugs. Not drugs that fucking make my brain do this.
I don't know how they had an election night like last Tuesday where there was a huge blue wave and they're all like, "Oh man, we're going to lose." 5 days later.
Exactly. How could you cave after such a big win on Tuesday?
Because they had every intention on caving before the elections happened.
If they would have done it, it would have been better if they'd done it before the election. It would have been better if they'd done it at the record day point and it'd be like, "All right, we made our point." But no, they let the rest of the Democratic Party suffer through this for what? They're not getting anything. They're not getting anything.
They're like NIMBYing Congress.
Yeah.
Fucking Congress NIMBYs that are in their 60s and older, just giving away shit that we may not ever get back, not without tons and tons of distress and conflict. Way to fucking go, guys.
Here's how bad the election went for the Republicans. I know it's mostly local elections and whatever. They are concerned now that the redistricting they did is going to fuck them over.
Yeah, in Texas for sure.
Because they thinned out their own majorities to get these extra districts. And now they're like, fuck, if there's a blue wave like what happened last week, we might be cooked.
And they also might be cooked because a lot of those in Texas, I'm speaking on those districts, they calculated it with a heavy hand on the Latino vote.
Yeah, and that did not
And
go
they
their way.
no longer have the Latino support.
I love that.
That is gone.
I love the clip. I don't know where it was. It must have been like the Daily Show or something where they interviewed a guy in like Florida and it was like, so do you think that Trump will get the Latino support? And the guy was like, no.
Not anymore.
Not anymore, man. You deported too many of them.
Oh, I gotta find. I'll play it in a minute here. But a little baby in the car seat. Guy was leaving fucking Costco. I'll play it later. But guy leaving Costco and they fucking pepper sprayed him and fucking sprayed the kid in the face.
Jeez.
Just trying to fucking leave. What are you doing at a protest, bitch? I'm going home with my groceries. What you mean?
Gives Congress a clear path forward to protecting people's health care.
It's not going to happen.
Our work to deliver relief for families now enters an important phase. Congress has 1 month to engage in serious bipartisan negotiations to extend the Affordable Care Act's expiring tax cuts that help people afford their health insurance. And let's be really clear, part of what has been happening is the time period to make that meaningful extension of these tax cuts has been dwindling. We are getting closer and closer to the time in which families have to decide whether they can buy their health insurance or not and enroll in health insurance in this coming year. So my Democratic colleagues and I have been ready to work on this issue, on extending these tax cuts for months. With the government reopening shortly, Senate Republicans now finally have to come to the table.
No, they don't.
They never did.
Dumb bitch. No, they don't. They don't have to fucking look at you in the break room for the rest of the fucking term. You already did it. Take the fucking money on the nightstand, wipe yourself off, and get the fuck out. They're done with you.
Yeah.
You did the deed.
They were gonna have to come to the table if the government shutdown continued.
You've already
they were going to.
You deflowered yourself. I don't know what to tell you. Like, I don't know how else to like.
Or make no
you
mistake,
already gave it up.
Americans will remember who stood in the way. So I urge Speaker Johnson to finally return the House of Representatives into session and quickly reopen the government. And I urge all Americans in communities red, blue, and purple to continue to speak out about the importance of affordable health care so that families across America can get that critical care.
Here's the shitty part, is now she's putting the onus on us.
We did this.
The people. To fucking continue the conversation about getting ourselves affordable health care when it's her goddamn job to do it.
If only someone was getting paid 6 figures to fucking do that for us.
If only someone was elected to represent an entire state to do this for us. That's the whole point of representative democracy. That's the whole point. It's her job to do what her constituents want her to do, and that's health insurance.
If only there was like a federalized federal system where people would
if only we had federalism in this country. I don't know.
They need. Thank you.
Fuck you forever.
Thank you.
This wench is the one I hate the most.
Who is this?
And I thank my colleagues for their good.
Because let me tell you something. This is, I think, when this happened. Does it have the time? I don't think it's going to show me the time. But when I watched this was like late. As the guests start to go on, they forget they're the bad guys, and the fucking condescension really kicks off with her. You kind of caught a couple of the sweet aromatics of condescension from the last person, but here's the full display.
Work. The vote tonight, and you've heard all of us talking about this, the vote tonight was crucial to open the government because too many Americans, hardworking individuals, seniors, children, were suffering. I know in
And you fucked
Nevada,
them all over.
particularly, that is based on a service industry, tourism and
Broke
travel.
my ass.
We are doubly hit. Tariffs, bad policies of this administration, and the shutdown was having an impact on travel to
Guys,
our
that shit
state
just
and
pisses
quite
me off,
honestly
man.
across the country. But it wasn't just that. We have federal workers that were suffering. We have TSA agents. We have airport controllers.
Fuck the hell off.
And we were seeing lines to our food banks in northern Nevada. These were lines that I hadn't
Nevada,
seen
so this
since
is
the pandemic.
Cortez.
And
Both of the Nevada senators did this.
the stories
know-
were horrific.
Quick mini rant about the Senate. This 2 senators for each state thing is fucking dumb.
Yeah, it needs to go. That and the Electoral College needs to go.
New Hampshire, they don't need 2 senators.
Wyoming,
No. Wyoming, Montana,
the Dakotas.
Rhode Island.
Rhode Island ain't bigger than 2 counties, and they got 2 senators.
If you don't get more than 1 House rep, you don't get more than 1 senator.
Your senator goes to D.C. and Puerto Rico, respectively.
Yeah. Both the New Hampshire senators and both the Nevada senators fucking us over is ridiculous.
When they're the main ones getting fucked by Trump.
Yeah.
Without Ollie's brethren coming down to fucking Vegas for a good time, they ain't got shit to do. They over there just fucking taking clothes out the dryer, taking towels out the dryer, folding them up, putting them back in the washing machine, wash them, dry them, fold them up, put them back in the washing machine. Ain't shit to do. They do washing the dust off of the fucking rooms.
Anyway, mini rant about the Senate over.
There was I was looking up hotel prices. There was shit on the strip for $58 a night, Tim.
That's because there ain't nobody there.
$58 a night. You ain't never seen Vegas prices that low.
Thick. Seniors in
Shit, that might be cheaper than rent.
line needing food because they
Just pause for a
couldn't.
second. You guys, I 100% agree with you. Your electoral college needs to go, and your each state needs to be represented by 2. What the fuck is that? Anyway, up here in Canada, I live in one of the smallest, lowest populated provinces in the country. So our province kind of has the least amount of power in when we're talking federally. We do, right? Also, we're 100% based on population. So wherever the population is, that's where the seats go. And as our population grows in different areas, more seats get created automatically. That's what happened this year in our election. We had 5 extra seats created just because our population changed from the last time we had an election.
Well, y'all about to get a whole bunch of more fucking seats because our asses are coming.
That's what I'm saying is ours is built to reflect the population.
So
is our
like that.
I mean, so is the House, but the House is
is.
capped. The House is capped. You can't have more than 435 House members unless they change the laws. But here's the reason why there are 2 senators for each state, Ollie. It's because back in the day when they were building the Constitution, they had to make a compromise between the slave states and the non-slave states. And there was part of that whole 3/5 thing where they were like, we'll make the Senate not population based to make the small states and the not slave owning states happy.
Yep.
And then we'll make the House population based to make all the slave states happy.
Everybody wins.
Everybody loses.
Yes.
But that's
now there is no possibility of winning.
just like Just like
Slavery.
everything else in like the formation of America, it's centered around fucking slavery.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That
Get
makes a big sense
access
why
to the
it's like
food
that.
they
But why
use.
haven't you fixed it?
Because these motherfuckers is racist.
It's because
It's true.
My great grandpappy taught me how to hate blacks. Like, what are you talking about?
Because Ali, segregation was still a thing until what, like the 1960s, 1970s? Like,
Yo, segregation is lit, fam. What are you talking about? They love that shit.
the Democrats,
And so
the
do these white
Democrats,
Democrats. They love
Yeah.
that shit too.
the Democrats back then were the segregationists. So, like, you know,
Yeah.
Now they call it gentrification, you know.
yeah. Now they're the
Actually, we get
gentrificationists.
at the federal level. One man came and refused to say who he was because he was embarrassed and said I shouldn't be here, but he needed.
Look at the cap. Look at the cap. Bitch, you lying.
I worked for a congresswoman. Ain't no one ever not said their name. They're
Hi,
like, I need help.
Hi, I'm Jerry Smith. Like everyone tells you who they are.
Yep.
Fuck out of here.
In fact, you can't help them if they don't give you their name and address.
That's how we know you lying. Up here lying your little pants off. You're lying your pantsuit off. Liar,
But,
liar, pantsuit on fire.
honestly, she might be saying that, but she's doing that to protect that person's identity. So that
probably
that person don't exist. I'll let her finish talking.
Came and refused to say who he was because he was embarrassed and said I shouldn't be here, but he needed the food.
Oh, was
Mothers
it a food pantry?
coming to.
So she went up to the line and then said, "Well, he wanted to be anonymous. Either you forgot his name or you just don't want. You know what I mean? Like, he wasn't no embarrassed. He over here screaming at you. He ain't worried about nothing. I'm Jerry. I'm your fucking constituent. I live on 123 Smith Street. I live in your district.
Yeah.
She went nowhere near the line. She heard a story from somebody else that was
correct.
Heard from somebody that was down there at the line that, hey, there's this one guy that was a bit embarrassed to actually be there for the food. That's what she heard. And she's blowing it up into this. Right?
Which one is this?
I agree with that.
Which one is this? Is this Raza?
Yeah.
What'd you say her name was?
I think it's Cortez, but hold on.
Okay. Because here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to let it play. And then I'm going to open up another tab. And I'm going to see if she put anything out on her social media about her going to these lines.
Her name is Catherine Cortez Masto.
Cortez Masto. Okay. Food line. Videos. I got something from a month ago. Her working with culinary people. Nope, no videos from the last little bit. What's this Instagram here?
Instagrams.
Oh, look, it's someone else's video, and I think she's tagged in it, and she hasn't said anything. So, like, fuck off, lady. You're a fucking goddamn liar. You fucking lying bitch. Because if you were telling the truth, there would be no way in hell you didn't have your fucking AIDS, record the whole fucking thing, and post it to your page so you could show everybody how fucking benevolent you are.
Oh, yeah.
Because you are such an insufferable twat, I know that you would do that. I know you would brag about the good deeds that you've done. And since you haven't bragged about them, they didn't fucking happen. So stop fucking lying and grow a fucking backbone.
To the food bank to get food for their children. My colleagues know that opening the government was key to stopping that pain. But here's the thing. We can open the government and we can still fight to address this looming healthcare crisis.
You just can't.
How, bitch?
It's not a political reality.
Yeah. The only tool you had was to keep the government closed. So how can you fight without a tool?
They don't have to listen or talk to you.
Right. You're the minority party. You don't have enough votes to do anything except for
literally
the government shut down.
And you blew that.
It is true. Right now, in our states and across the country, Americans are seeing higher costs, higher premiums for their Affordable Care Act. These are people that need access to health care. I have families that rely on the Affordable Care Act and these subsidies so that their children who have a rare disease can access their medication. I have small businesses who rely on the Affordable Care Act and the subsidies to help cover the cost for their employees.
Well, you fuck them over too.
And that's why she's been leading this. I don't know how long she's been in office. Let me look at that up real quick. But that's why she's had this many decades long fight to help save those people, right?
Yes.
You've been working on this and you've been going tooth and nail with the healthcare insurers to make sure that they lower their prices. Let me go to Open Secrets.
This is a fight that the Republicans need to understand is not just happening in Nevada, it is happening across the country in every state, including those red states. This fight tonight is, I agree with Senator Angus, is just the beginning. This is the beginning to show and fight for Americans across the country. Let me just say this.
Actually,
with
it's
the
like
government
round 6
open,
or 7, and you've been losing all of them.
we can focus on passing a full bipartisan budget for 2026 that starts with a minibus that will restore funding.
The Leadership PAC, All for Our Country, which is her #1 contributor, from 2019 to 2024, $66 million.
Wow, from a leadership PAC? Wow.
And she spent 63 of it. So she has $3.5 million cash on hand.
Damn.
You couldn't give up none of your millions of dollars out of your war chest to help give that money to some food pantries? Oh, interesting.
That President Trump cut. It delivers millions of dollars in critical funding to states like Nevada, all across the country. And
Oh, here we go. What's Emily's list?
Emily's list is it's I think it's a platform for females in politics. I don't exactly know Emily's.
Oh, Emily's list is the nation's largest resource dedicated to electing Democratic pro-choice women to office.
There we go.
And that was for 536,000. Guess what the #2 is?
APAC.
J Street. So
J Street, damn.
J Street, $241,000. #3 is Google at $113,000. Next up is Microsoft at $82,000, and then MGM Resorts International, $63,000.
I mean, the MGM one makes sense because she's a Nevada senator.
Yeah.
But why are Google and Microsoft giving her all the money?
Well, here blocks the administration from future rifts. We have an opportunity also to put Republicans on the record on the ACA. Do they really? Are they committed?
They are on the record for 70 votes.
They already are on the record.
They don't like it. They don't want it. They want to replace it with nothing.
With the concepts of nothing.
They're already they've been on the record for a decade about the ACA. This is dumb.
Well, now they'll be on the record. And you know what? That probably flies with certain people, because they won't look into it. Oh, here we go. She's put $0 into self-financing. Large individual contributions, 35 grand or 35 million. Small individual contributions, less than 200, 26 million. PAC contributors, 3 million. Other 363. So 53.35% of her money that she gets is from large individual contributions. So that's PAC money.
Yeah.
Are they committed? Leader Thune said he would come to the table on a health care once the government was open, and now he must follow through. If Republicans want to join us in lowering costs for working families,
they've decided no.
They don't care.
They're not going to join you, actually.
they have the perfect opportunity to show the American public.
You're such a dumbass.
I expect
They are all
Republicans to be
laughing
at the
at you
table
right now.
in the next few weeks. I expect
she
the
not
White
running
House to be
again?
at the table, and if they
No,
do choose
She's
not
not up
to
for
come
re-election
to
in
the table,
2026,
they
but
can
she will run
own the
again.
disastrous
She's up in
premium
28.
increases
Yeah.
that will continue to rise. They
She
will
needs to be
own
up.
the fact that Americans across this country are going to lose access to health care.
Thanks to
We
you.
were elected in the Senate to work on real solutions
Yes,
that help
you
working
were.
families.
And you're not doing that.
It's our responsibility to work not only here amongst ourselves, but across the aisle to solve
the
these
Republicans
problems for the
that.
Americans, make their lives a little bit easier. And that's what we have done
No.
tonight.
No.
So
This little motherfucker right here.
I'm
Tim
Kaine.
I'm so sick of seeing Tim Kaine's little punk ass, little
Tim
leprechaun ass. 2 British pounds from Tim Ballum.
Fuck no, the liquor release. The House still has to be put into place for that senator to get put in, or not senator, you
The
know
House
what I mean?
member, yeah.
Yeah, she needs to
Grijalva.
She'll get sworn in tomorrow.
Will she?
Yeah,
If
the
they
House is
open?
convening tomorrow, yeah.
Oh, okay.
They got to vote on
So-
this fucking thing that the Democrats did, so.
Because they're so fucking dumb.
And then all the news came across the I think Chris E put it up in the chat. Breaking news: the House Democrats said they're going to fight it. How, guys? How? You're outvoted by 5 people. Well, 4 now, but like you're outvoted. Are 4 Republicans going to suddenly think that they don't want this?
Right. So what? Marjorie Taylor Greene's just going to like whip her own section of votes and get this shit done.
Now,
don't cancel Christmas.
You may get Magic the Gathering to vote your way, but you still need 3 other Republicans.
Yeah.
And she's on an individual warpath because she feels slighted.
Yeah. She got her
hey
own.
everybody, I'm the cleanup hitter because I joined this group the last.
What the fuck are you smiling for, Tim Kaine?
Why did you join that group, Tim Kaine? You're the deciding vote then? You fuck.
Why are you so fucking squinty-eyed? Has he been smoking pot like me?
He's in a good mood. Look at him. He's in a good mood.
I joined it 48 hours ago. Not for lack of interest, and I got
he's the last guy. Tim Kaine is the guy that made it happen.
That anybody could participate in on
well,
negotiations.
he's the last one
I had my hands full focused on the Virginia elections until
pause
Wednesday
it real
morning.
quick, Mikey.
And as soon as that was over,
Tim Kaine is a senator from Virginia.
Why is that important?
Virginia just won a fucking huge election. The Democrats won a huge majority in their fucking legislature.
They're literally screaming out, "We like what you're doing right now. Keep doing it." And he's going completely the opposite way.
Covington and Burling, Paul Weiss et al., J Street PAC, Welsh Carson et al., Amazon.com. Top contributors from the last cycle.
Tim Kaine could have sat and did nothing forever. And it wouldn't have been a problem. He's running for re-election in 2028, I assume.
I will check.
But
2024.
Oh, so he had 2020, so he won't be again until 2030.
Yeah.
He could have not done anything. He could have said, "Hey guys, I'm not going to vote on the government shutdown." He's from what essentially is currently a safe state for Democrats.
Yeah.
And he just was like, "Oh, I just joined this whole thing 48 hours ago. You know, hey, I'm the last one. I was the guy that fucked the American people over."
Is he the one when Schumer went, "Okay, I need a volunteer because we're still short 1 vote," and he said, "Sure, I'll do it. I'm safe."
Well, who's going to replace? Well, I need one. Oh, let me put my glasses down.
I'm safe.
Well, I need one person to replace me as a vote.
And then here comes fucking Stumpy.
Fuck, I'll do it.
His largest individual campaign committee fundraiser was Common Ground PAC for $21 million.
Yeah, Common Ground PAC is a PAC that wants moderates.
Mm-hmm.
They want moderates to work with Republicans. That's what they want.
over, I have now engaged with a particular purpose in mind. I knew the Democratic appropriators led by Patty Murray were going to do the very best job they could to get these 3 approach bills queued up and moving forward.
Oh, 2 British pounds. Thank you so much, Tim Ballin. So what is the dirt on them? For Common Ground. Let me see.
Broke my ass.
Fettuccine, linguine, martini, bikini.
If only all these PAC groups would fucking open up some pantries. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
a real shame.
All that money they got. Let's see. Let's go to let's see what their website is here. Share this instead.
Instead of putting millions in one person's pockets, they could just like open up a free kitchen for the poor.
About Common Ground PAC.
Sadly, in our current political system, it's often the loudest and most radical voices that garner the most attention and raise the most money.
It's no coincidence that at a time when we desperately need to come together to create jobs and economic opportunity, too many of our political figures remain engaged in partisan bickering that does little to move our nation forward. Common Ground PAC is devoted to electing leaders that are focused on promoting economic opportunity, not partisan politics. Together, we can make a real difference and reset the tone to encourage more Democrats and Republicans to find common ground and work together. Yeah, that's what they're about.
Sounds like a pipe
I
dream
did
to me.
this. Why can't you?
He's the fucking chairman, dude.
He's the chair, so his own PAC gave him. Oh man, that is so.
Tim Kaine.
That is so ridiculous.
Yeah.
Oh, he's
Doesn't
the
really
chair
sound legal either.
of a PAC that's giving him money.
21 million.
How's that legal?
$21,401,882 from the Common Ground PAC from 2019 to 2024.
Our campaign finance system is so mind-bogglingly wrong. How is he not colluding with himself?
Yeah.
Hey, Tim, he investigated himself and he found no wrongdoing.
Yeah, he's in charge of that committee.
That is fucking crazy, man. He should be in fucking jail.
No, him and Hillary. That was his running mate.
Has very robust SNAP funding.
And in case maybe people don't remember this, that was who Hillary picked for her number 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I remember.
Right. Forgot that until right now. You said that. Yeah.
He was the VP candidate with Hillary. So he was supposed to debate Pence.
How? I don't understand how he could be how could he not be colluding with himself? He's a senator and he's the chair of a PAC that's giving him money. How is that not corruption?
Tim, what they're interested in is actually getting things done for the people on the left and the right. They're not tied down into this partisanship. You know, they're looking to change what they say.
He's just looking for a way to funnel dark money to himself.
Yeah.
Tim, they're just trying to make a real difference and reset the tone and encourage more Democrats and Republicans to find common ground and work together.
And give up the ghost when it was politically expedient to do so.
There's literally nothing on this fucking website except a way to give them money.
It's a shell game.
Look at this. There's literally no other buttons.
Give Tim Kaine money so he can give himself unlimited amounts of money is what he's doing here.
Yeah, let me go to this page. I'll show you.
That is fucking crazy, man.
This is the only when you click the link, this is the only thing on their website for their PAC.
Like to donate $5,000 to Tim Kaine?
Perhaps you'd like to give more.
Well, yeah, you can fill in the blank.
I'd like to put in negative $21 million.
Wow, wouldn't you put in a negative number? That
Gotcha,
bitch. Totally right.
Give me your money.
United is the problem.
Right.
God damn it.
See, and everybody got mad at me and were like, "Oh, come on, you're a Democrat." I was like, "No, the fuck, I am not." Because this is what this is Hillary's VP. This is the kind of candidate that she thought was going to help pull her across the finish line. This motherfucker who is literally dealing his own Uno cards right now.
I can't believe he started. He's the chairman of a PAC that's giving him what, $21 million, you said?
$21 million.
Yeah, it's amazing.
But he's not corrupt. He's not compromised at all. He doesn't see that as him being compromised. So when I go out there and I say, "Yo, Trump has a fucking meme coin. He's got a fucking merch shop in the White House. His kids are fucking getting patents in China and all these different countries. He's abusing he's making Secret Service stay at his hotels and letting them get room. Like he's milking the system. He's trying to enrich himself. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, this little motherfucker has got his own Jolly Rancher factory in his backyard. And he's just eating like crazy.
Yeah.
So it's like, come on, man.
But you got to admit, his 21 million is kind of like crab apples to Trump's fucking Macintoshes, right?
But all that shit can be wiped away with the swipe. It's all made up pretend money anyway.
Yeah.
But when you set it up like this, he don't have to listen to nobody.
Nope.
Because he's already receiving and through the. I mean, Tim, you could adjust my verbiage here if necessary. But the PACs don't have to say who the members are, correct?
Super PACs don't have to say who the members are. PACs have to.
So they could anybody could just put money into that, and then he just listens to whoever he whatever's on his heart that day after the people elected him. So he's almost worse. He's almost worse because he is filling someone's spot who could be a good person.
Yeah. Tim Kaine is such a fucking seat filler in the Senate too. He does nothing.
Yeah.
Except
you're
for
right.
fuck up.
He's in a Democratic state, so you could have a much, much better Democrat in that seat and still safely elected. Right?
Is this Allie? The new name thing always messes with me.
Yes.
2 British pound super chat from Allie. The U.S. definitely needs reform in funding big time, guys. Bigly.
Most bigly.
Bill Poole is a shame. He's shameful.
Well, what a dirty little Radagast the greedy. That's his name. He just shaved his little curly eyebrows. That's Radagast.
And I had confidence in these guys that they were going to get the best possible deal they could get from Republicans on the ACA. We were in a situation where
Watch Tim laugh like that. Tim guffawed at that shit.
He said the best possible deal they could get.
Yeah, which was no deal at all.
How would they even know if it's the best deal? Y'all didn't get a deal.
Is he lying or is he stupid? Put in your votes now.
grant recipients were suffering, and there was no guarantee we would ever get to an ACA solution. Now we've got...
Yeah, see, I don't trust motherfuckers who do the nervous smile. He's nervous about what he has to talk about, and he's trying to reassure everyone that he's not nervous by showing how casual he is and by smiling like a fucking lunatic. I think my tism spectrums are like going crazy because like I have to read people's body language to see like what context they mean, and it's like easier for me to understand. His body language does not match his words. No. And that makes my brain itch, and that makes me think he's lying because something is off. So when you sit there and you say, oh man, it was so bad, all the stuff that happened for the people with SNAP, even me just saying that, I got big wrinkles in my forehead, like I have stress in my voice. Like, is that what he's doing?
Confidence in these guys that they were going to get the best possible deal they could get from Republicans on the ACA. We were in a situation where SNAP recipients were suffering, and there was no guarantee we would ever get to an ACA solution. Now we've got robust SNAP funding and a guaranteed vote, not a guaranteed outcome.
Super chat from Tim Ballum. Tim, can us Tims unname that motherfucker? Yeah, we should. He's not invited to TimCon anymore.
He is now untim.
Shit. He lost Tim status.
He's making all the Tims look bad. And look, we still let Tim Pool keep his name.
Right. You worse than Tim Pool.
Mm-hmm.
Man, Tim Curry would never.
But a guaranteed vote on ACA tax credits. But I engaged on the issue that I've been talking about for a month on the floor to Senator Thune, Katie Britt, Lindsey Graham, James Lankford, anybody who had listened to me on the Republican side. I've said what I need in Virginia with 320,000.
Yo, should be called Nigel instead is fucking mint.
Federal employees who live in households that
These are the pineapple, Tim.
Encompass nearly 650 or 700,000 residents in my state. I need a moratorium on mischief. My Virginians have been suffering under this administration. The shutdown.
Virginians just said, do whatever you want.
I need a moratorium on.
It said, we got it. We got it. We're holding fast. Do what you got to do. I know it's going to hurt, but do what you got to do. We're ready.
It would be like if one of the senators from New Jersey was like, I don't think this is good for New Jersey anymore. Couldn't be.
I changed my mind. Zoran's just like, you know what? Trump's right.
The punishing of the federal workforce. That's what I need. And so I joined this group.
And he's in Virginia, and that's where most workers that work in DC, like federal workers, they live in Virginia.
Yeah, I mean, that is an extra pressure that Tim Kaine has that other senators don't have, is that a majority of the federal workforce lives in like the Virginia, Maryland area, because that's where DC is. But still, figure out how to help them without caving.
Yeah.
If only he had $21 million sitting in a fucking bank account somewhere.
To make sure that we could get important protections for federal employees. And what
You
we have
didn't.
in this bill is the
don't have
restoration of all the furloughed employees and a guarantee.
It's going to happen.
That was already going to happen.
Yep.
My God. Oh my God. My brain is going to blow up. It's going to blow up on camera. It's going to be on stream. Congratulations, guys. We're finally going viral. Host brain explodes.
Oh, there we go. All right, Mikey, we're waiting.
Yep.
Explode.
I think it did it. Was there smoke? Was
A
there
little bit. I could see it.
Was there a flash of light?
We need some splatter on the wall behind you, bud.
Broke my ass.
All right. Let me see what I got in the archives here.
The restoration of all RIFT employees who got RIFT after October 1 with all of their back pay and a guarantee of no RIFs. No RIFs going
She's
forward.
eating your brain.
2 million federal workers, not just my 300,000, 2 million federal workers who are not uniform military now have a guarantee of no RIFs going forward. So they don't have to go into the holiday season with anxiety about what's going to show up on their email one morning at 5:30 a.m. That's a big win for 2 million federal employees, and added together with these other ingredients of robust appropriations bills and a guaranteed path forward to vote on fixing the ACA, that made me sign on and say, yes, we can do it. I had a number of Republicans on the floor tonight said, we were amazed that you got that no RIF guarantee in there. And I'm glad that we did, and we all worked so hard on it together, and I have huge respect for my colleagues who made this happen. Thanks.
No what
Senator, you say you're
I don't know what he
fighting
said there.
Affordable Care Act, but what do you
Sounds
say
like
to your
but I don't know
colleagues
what
who
it
say
means.
this isn't a fight, this is a capitulation? You're putting together
Capitulate.
to a vote
That's the perfect
on a
word.
bill that it almost certainly will not become law, and you're allowing that to happen.
Well, first of all, there was, as long as the government shut down, the clear statement from
Look at her with her fucking indignant Karen motherfucker. That's what these is. These are a bunch of Karens and fucking Brocks who just want to yell at the fucking neighbor kids because their speakers are too loud. Look at homegirl back here co-signing like she understands what the fuck is going on.
This is a
Is that
capitulation.
chain 14 karat gold or more?
Right. Let them eat cake.
You're putting together, you're agreeing
how
to a
fucking Gene
vote
Chiquin is.
on a bill that it almost certainly will not become law, and you're allowing that to happen.
Well, first of all,
Yeah.
there was, as long as the government shut down, the clear statement from Senator Thune and the Republican majority, and they control the Senate, the House, the White House, was we will not talk about health care with you. So there was no vote.
Emily's list, 1.38 million. State of New Hampshire, 153,000. J Street, 148,000. League of Conservation Voters, 148,000. Harvard, 135,000.
Harvard?
Mm-hmm.
Did she go to Harvard?
Campaign committee fundraising 2001 to 2024. She raised $52 million, and she has 1.5 million cash on hand.
Is Harvard interstate?
No.
No.
She didn't even go to Harvard. She went to Shippensburg University and then University of Mississippi. So I don't know why Harvard's giving her money. Harvard's in Massachusetts. She's in New Hampshire.
That we were going to get on the Affordable Care Act, premium tax credits. We have a guaranteed vote by a guaranteed date on a bill.
No, you don't. No, you don't. You have a promise. You don't have a guarantee.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen.
Even if they were going to vote, do you think that any Republicans would vote your way? No.
Why would they? They are take the money off the nightstand. Wipe yourself up. Get the fuck out of the hotel room. They're done with you.
Yep. At least until January.
You are a bust down shorty. Don't nobody want nothing to do with you after the deed is done. They don't want to talk to you no more.
Before she became a senator, she was the director of the Harvard Institute of Politics. That's why Harvard gave her money.
That we will write. Not that the Republicans will write, although I do think it's important for us to engage with them because we
It's
need
not.
a
They don't
bipartisan
care about
bill
engaging
that
with
we
you at all. They don't care. They don't want to talk to you. They don't want to look at you. They just want to vote for what they want to vote for. This is not the happy-go-lucky fucking Senate and House of like the 1990s where everyone got together and had lunch and whatever. These people don't care about each other.
They're not doing that. And they're definitely not doing that with y'all.
They're not going out and having drinks afterwards unless they're doing it in like a secret club no one's ever heard of. But
like the time and place of like all right, we all meet up at the same bar in DC and we hash it out between us and then we'll go back to the floor in the morning. That does not happen anymore. What are you talking about? They go straight to Fox News. Oh shit.
They have zero interest in your opinion.
Two British pounds.
British pounds.
So much bullshit. They're fertilizing a whole farm.
Well, we're gonna need it because we can't do trade with Canada anymore, and that's where all our fucking fertilizer came from. So
yeah, and also our farmers are gonna get fucking outsourced by Argentina. So
yeah,
you know,
Well, you don't have farmers anymore.
We don't need farmers anymore, Ollie.
Yeah,
we got a brand new thing called South African white people.
Okay, yeah.
They're going to replace the farmers after they lose their farms. Because you see, the problem is right now, they still have their land. So, I mean, it's almost like we have to do something to the farming industry to make them lose the farm. And then we can bring in the white South Africans and they can have the land.
But you said the farmers are not going to be farmers anymore. I kind of disagree with that.
Well, no, we'll release all of the horrible regulations and tariffs and all that shit once they lose the farm. But Ollie, I can't fight a farmer. I'll just make him lose all of his money, move out, and then just buy it.
But that's just it, Mikey. They won't actually be moving out because they're the only ones skilled to do that work. So when these rich African white guys come in and buy all the land, buy all the farms up, they're then going to basically enslave the farmers that are there into contracts and whatnot like that. You know what I'm saying? For next to nothing to do the same work they've been doing the whole time for themselves.
I'm only letting in white South African farmers. I might have misspoken. In South Africa, the whites down there are claiming that Tim, I don't know if you can remember the actual political word for it. They're taking land away from private people and giving it back to the state or having auctions and stuff like that. The government is re-seizing some of the land back from apartheid.
Talking about eminent domain?
It's kind of like that, but they're like there's like a redistribution of wealth. So pretty much like
socialism.
The 4% of white farmers own 40% of the land and 80% of the arable land.
Oh, I see. Yeah. It's just
it was completely imbalanced. They weren't even using all of it because there's only 4% of them. So they're claiming racial discrimination and that the black South African government is oppressing them. Trump's on board. Elon is the one that put their idea in their head. That's the idea for the $5 million gold visa.
Yeah.
But those farmers need somewhere to go, right? Yeah. So how do I get rid of those farmers? I'll make it so that they don't ever have a fucking harvest. And that's exactly what he's been fucking doing. They fucking sabotage the harvest this year. And then, you know what? Oh shit. Beef prices are up. Hey, Argentina, you got beef down there too? Cool. Soybeans and beef are the number 1 and number 2 exports agriculturally for this country. And Scott Bessent, who's a soybean farmer himself, according to him, has fucking interest in this shit. They are going to remove these rural American whites and replace them with rural South Africans who will do exactly what they say, won't complain, and they can just generally keep control of everything. Oh, gotta hit the button.
Yeah, but those guys are too rich to actually do the labor.
5 British pounds.
British
Malum.
pounds.
Anyone want to take a
Tiger Ballum says ACA ending will unalive the same as 2 fully 747s crashing with a total loss of all souls every week.
Every week.
Yep.
Yeah. We're talking. Yeah.
And people are clapping for this as if their family members won't be affected. Like this is almost as dumb as when they were like, I'm not gonna wear a mask. I'm gonna just go cough on everybody's face. See, we're having a big old face cough party.
Yeah.
All right, guys. The wake for all of my children is next weekend, and it's just. I mean, look at Herman Cain.
999.
Hi, Herman Cain. Let me get a Ouija board so we can get him on the show.
Is going to get enacted to provide the relief that Americans need. And I think there's a commitment on the part of many of our colleagues to do that.
But there's no guarantee this will become law.
There was never a guarantee that it would become law.
We never had a chance.
That's all. There's plenty of things are bad and wrong, but it doesn't make them fascist.
Just to follow up on that, Senator, because we understand that this vote will happen, but a vote on extending the tax credits, it does not guarantee that it's going to happen. So how do you explain, though, to your constituents why it was worth it to put up this fight for so long when in the end you did not get your key demand?
Before we get her answer, pause it real quick, Mikey.
Yes.
This is the answer she's going to give.
Tide goes in, tide goes out. You can't explain that.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
I just saw your fucking name. That is hilarious. Tygo Bristol.
It wasn't working.
There you go, everybody.
It was.
But it was.
Nope, it wasn't working, according to him. And he knows best. He's an independent from fucking bumfuckistan.
Fuck the hell off.
Because it wasn't working. How long would it take to not get a response?
End of the month, probably about
End of the year.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm saying I'm saying they would have caved by Thanksgiving.
Oh,
like after Thanksgiving, they would have caved.
The Thanksgiving travel season would have fucked them over so hard.
And no one needs to fucking go to someone's house to eat fucking dinner. It's an arbitrary fucking thing that you guys are doing. It's a feast for genocide, by the way.
Yeah, but it would have got enough people complaining to get something done.
I like my genocide feast, but
No, you don't. You don't like it anymore.
If you only knew how ridiculous that statement is, you wouldn't have said it.
Oh, I want to do one too.
Well, I did this. Why can't you?
To say it isn't working. In other words, it's been 6 weeks. There's been the Republicans made it clear they weren't going to discuss the health care.
So then why would they talk to you after, dumb fuck?
Yeah.
I don't even know why he's in the room. He's not even a Democrat. Get the fuck out of the room.
Just go.
Issue.
They just whipped you into submission. You have zero chance of coming to the table now. You are now relegated to going and eating out in the other room. And whatever leftovers are left.
Take the money off the nightstand, wipe yourself off, and get out. They're done with you. They don't need you.
Shame! He's shameful!
They don't need you for nothing else, dog. And don't come back over here. You stink.
Tax credits.
Smell like shame.
Until the shutdown was over. We
but you can't sing.
Keep working that for 6 weeks. It didn't happen. The vote that we have is not a guarantee for sure. It's more of a guarantee. Here's the way I would put it.
Oh my
This
God.
motherfucker is gambling. Gambling, Tim.
He's not even. He doesn't have any chips to gamble with.
Yeah.
But
He's
that's
just
why
sitting
he's
at the table watching everyone else play cards.
But that's why he's betting your shirt, Tim. It's a calculated risk. Willing to make it at your expense.
The U.S. government is a fucking kindergarten.
I don't even know if kindergartners are this stupid.
The big bond is $500 and he's all in with $250.
Yeah.
There was zero chance of dealing with the ACA issue as long as the shutdown continued. Now,
look at dumb bitch over here nodding. I don't mean to keep calling women bitches, but I'm pissed.
In 2 weeks, the
there's a
Republicans
lot
would have
better-
been on their knees,
Right.
saying, "Please end the shutdown. We will do anything. It's Thanksgiving.
And it would have highlighted the cruelty of Trump's administration with him. Oh, no, don't use the emergency fund for SNAP. Okay.
Yeah.
You do that 2 weeks before fucking Thanksgiving, and you see how that plays out.
Yeah. Connecticut was like, we'll pay the SNAP benefits. And then
Yep.
Trump was like, no, the states can't pay the SNAP benefits.
Right.
You can't do that. I'm making an order saying, and then our attorney general was like, well, you can go fuck yourself then. How about that?
Well, then use the emergency fund, or we're gonna make up the difference. You can't do that. You gotta let them starve. Bitch, you can suck my nuts. How about that?
Yeah.
The MAGA supporters were finally starting to see through the veil.
Right.
And it's like, no, let's just make sure we fucking blow more fog into that veil so nobody can see through it. That's what happened right there.
Better chance now than there was this morning, because nothing was happening and there was no evidence.
Dumbass.
Another week or another 2 weeks or Thanksgiving or Christmas was suddenly the Republicans want to come to us and say, oh, we want to now talk about the ACA.
Did you wait and find out?
If they weren't going to do it by now, what's going to change in the next 2 weeks that's going to make them do it?
The holidays. The fucking holiday season, dumb motherfucker.
Yeah.
How did you win an election?
I don't know, man.
How did you tie that tie?
Maine is a weird state.
How do you wipe your own ass this stupid?
I got this fucking guy in Susan Collins.
I bet he walks into the bathroom every morning, takes a huge shit, and starts wiping the toilet seat. Guaranteed.
That was really the assessment. I would say, right, as of this morning, there was a 0 chance of having a work on the ACA. Now there's a
0 chance.
Measurable chance.
Yeah.
No.
Will it be everything that?
Measure it then, bitch. Measure it. How many centimeters, bitch? Measure it right now. How many gallons? Measure it. How fast? Measure it. I need a unit right now.
If he ever comes over to your place, he's the one responsible for the upper decker left in your bathroom.
Everybody wanted no because we need 60 votes. And so there's going to be
you nasty 80s children did a bunch of gross shit.
A negotiation. But Republicans have already started saying, well, here, if you did this or did that, maybe we can get there. So I would take a reasonable chance against no chance every day, and that's. And the other piece is, and we didn't really emphasize this, there are 3 important appropriations bills in this that would lock in SNAP for the rest of the year.
It was already going to happen. It was already going to happen. I don't know if to say it. How many times I have to say it? It was already going to happen. As soon as you open the government, SNAP was going to be fully funded.
So the thing is, I think what we're listening to right now is what they circle jerked in the fucking LBJ room, whatever the minority room is for the senators. This is what they came up with.
Yeah.
This was the grand idea.
Cave.
Mm-hmm.
At a very
and they so stupid they over there like, yeah, that is a good idea, Frank. Yeah, we'll just say if we didn't do it, there would have been no SNAP.
Substantial rate, plus other benefits. Veterans funding is guaranteed if we can get these 3 bills through. So there's a plus on that, and I think the odds are that we have a better chance of doing something about the ACA than we did not going into this. At some point, you have to decide.
Turkeys dancing in martini glasses outside Mar-a-Lago at Thanksgiving. Santa delivering all of your presents to the Trump kids. Winter extended to September. It would not have been happy holidays. Hang on. They have guaranteed SNAP for the rest of the year. That's only 6 weeks. What then?
Yeah.
Until the next fucking continuing resolution battle, because our government doesn't know how to fucking pass a budget. Like, this is so.
The government's only open until January.
This is why our government is run by fucking kindergartners. They don't know how it runs. The government, Congress hasn't had regular order in years. They haven't passed a budget in regular order in a decade. And that is why our government is slowly falling apart. well, acceleratedly falling apart at this point. But
it's picking up velocity as it
My-
gets closer to the singularity.
my question for the Democratic senators in that room is, why the fuck are you letting Angus Green talk for you? He's not a Democrat. Tell him to get the fuck out.
And you know, they always try to throw that in Bernie's face.
Yeah.
Like Bernie will have a stance that goes against the status quo, and they're like, well, you know, us Democrats, and then they'll just instantly try to exclude him out of it. But when it comes to, hey, we need somebody to come out and speak at this thing to try to raise some money. Oh, now Bernie's a great guy.
Yeah.
Yo, you love having him then. You love when he shows up then. Dude.
What is the best strategic step forward?
You know what, fucking, I'm saying it. No more white people in Democratic politics. That's just how it's going to have to be from going forward. Y'all can't be trusted. You can't be trusted. Okay? Like, I get it. Y'all want to say, that's not fair. You just blaming all. Look, you see the results. Y'all can't, you messed up. And honestly, at this point, man, you can't run for office neither.
This dude left the Democratic Party to become an independent, and they're like, please, daddy, come talk with us. Like, what the fuck is going on here?
What's his name? What's his first name?
Angus King.
Angus. How are you going to have a sick name like Angus King and be the weakest bitch I've ever seen in my life?
Really?
The weakest bitch. He's got, all right, his largest contributor was Make It Work Leadership PAC.
Let me guess, run by Angus King.
Oh, yeah, let's see.
Yeah, probably.
Probably
half the fucking senators have something like that going for them, dude.
Right.
One does. If one does. Right.
See,
There's some rule.
They shouldn't have let this dude talk. He has always been for filibuster reform. He's wanted to get rid of the filibuster forever. He doesn't like any of this. It's not because of the ACA or anything. He doesn't want the filibuster. So anything he can do to avoid using it, he will do.
So, what was this place called?
Angus King.
Oh, this is not okay. Hold on, I lost the page. All right, let me go back. Do. Make It Work. Right, Make It Work. Make It Work is a leadership PAC affiliated with Angus King.
Run by Angus King, giving himself money.
I was trying to find their website so I could see the same thing. Here, let me do this.
And we believe that the evidence is that what we were doing wasn't working, and therefore, let's try something else.
And the real question
Giving up is that something else?
Have we ever tried just letting the dinosaurs eat us on Jurassic Park? Like, can we?
Yeah.
Have we tried just letting them eat us?
Let's all run outside and stand up in the line and wait for them to come by and eat us. Exactly.
Have you ever? Have we ever
let's just take our clothes off so it's not so hard for the T-Rex. You know what I'm saying?
Have we ever tried letting the meteor hit the planet? Has anyone tried that yet?
I mean, we wouldn't have to mine.
If a meteor's coming at the planet, there's no letting it. I'm sorry, but it's just going to happen. We don't have enough.
Oh, we could stop. We could stop a meteor. We can stop a meteor.
Sure. Yeah, okay.
Ain't you ever seen Armageddon, Ollie? Come on.
I have.
You got to go up there and drill.
The most unrealistic movie ever made when it comes to
No. That's Gladiator.
What are you talking about? That was a great movie.
Gladiator is Gladiator, or no? I think it's A Knight's Tale, but one of those two is the most historically inaccurate movie ever made.
I'm not going to let you slander the beauty of Gladiator, not in my presence. Mr. Angus King, I lost it again.
He paid himself.
And I actually think you're referring to Camelot, the King Arthur movie that had Sean Connery in it.
Oh, maybe
Sean Connery.
The title may have changed a few times, but
yeah,
when Gladiator came out, it was Gladiator.
Yeah.
All right, Make It Work.
Make it work.
Okay. Where's your website? Make It Work.
Ooh,
Making it work.
It's such a shell game. There is no website.
Nope.
I'll have to just Google it because it's not on the Open Secrets page. They didn't register it.
Oh, you know, an Open Secrets can't find it. It must be hard to find.
PAC profile, Make It Work. Okay. Well, then where's their website then? Make It Work? How come your website don't work? Oh, they don't have a website?
That's shady.
Boy.
That's shady as fuck.
Oh.
That
Oh,
is
they
shady.
for real don't. They just show up as like, oh. So Open Secrets has them listed twice, ProPublica, and
And
then
they don't have
personal.
a presence?
They don't have a website.
Wow.
Sounds independent to me.
Why would a president of the United States pit hungry children against sick children? And that is what President Trump has done.
You don't
I
care.
mean, this is outrageous. We can't reach agreement on government funding, so the government shuts down, and even though the law is clear that he could fund SNAP benefits during the shutdown, he did not.
Wait. Is the new plan then for the Democrats to say, oh, look at the big blue wave we just got? So, okay, let's get the government going again. And then next year, when we can win enough seats, then we can start making a difference. Is that basically what we're being told the plan is right now?
Here's the plan. The Democrats.
What's the plan, boss?
The Democrats are all on a boat, and
Yeah,
they
we're on
have
the boat, boss.
They got the wind at their backs, right?
Yeah, we got the wind at our back. See.
And then Schumer was like, "All right, we need to tear up those sales. Fuck those sales. We don't need them."
Can we lower can we lower the sales a little bit? They're really high right now.
We're going too fast, guys.
We're gonna get to our destination sooner if we do it this way.
He's like, you know what? I got a flaming arrow. Let's shoot it at the boat. See what happens.
Yeah.
You know what? Let me pour all the whiskey and rum all over the floor first.
I cast fireball on my location.
It's like that broken wand of fireball in Baldur's Gate 3. It's only got a range of 10 feet.
Won't that set the boat on fire? Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. It basically blows up at your own feet. Of course it does.
It's like, right, I set it on fire because that's the good thing to do. What the fuck is wrong with your brain? No, it's not.
And then he also said, and by the way, I don't really care if people's health insurance premiums get so high they can't afford their care.
You don't fucking care either because they're going to do it in January. You just gave them the keys to the car to run everybody over.
He handed them the fireball wand.
Yeah.
And was like, use it however you want, I guess.
Like, I'm not sure that a chimpanzee could use an AK-47, but I wouldn't hand him one to see if he could figure it out.
Yeah, that's true.
There's a chance he could.
Oh, I'm sure there's a chance of that
That's
gun going
on
off. Whether or not it's aimed at you or not, it's a different question.
Trump. My vote today was to do two things, both equally morally important and imperative. One is to make sure that the government is functioning so that our kids eat, so that our elderly citizens eat, so that our air traffic controllers can get some sleep and earn money, get paid while they are working, so that our veterans are protected, and continue the fight to a realistic platform to get the premium tax cuts done. And if that is not successful, then shame on the Republican Party and shame on Donald Trump.
You can't, no.
You can't, no. We're not playing the shame game.
No.
This isn't about shame.
Oh,
shame has nothing.
That's a real shame.
There is nothing. These motherfuckers do not care that you are trying to shame them.
a shame. He's shameful.
They don't care. Because they're more afraid of Trump than they are of your shame.
Yeah.
Yep.
You can't just be like, well, if the Republican Party doesn't do it, then shame on them. Once again, they don't have a moral compass. They don't. They don't feel shame.
And even if they did, they're so fucking pussified and terrified that there's no way that they're actually going to rise up against Trump. Not unless, I don't know, the entire American populace is like, betray this bitch now. Which is kind of the direction we were headed.
You can't just be like, well, shame on them. And then the American people are just going to be like, yeah, shame on them. God, ugh.
I'm so put out by this.
God, what the fuck? What the fuck? I'm with Mikey now. I'm just gonna say fuck words.
Yeah.
Fuck.
If you hold it in, I feel like that's how you get like diseases. You know what I mean? If you hold in too many curses, that's how you end up with like lumps and shit under your skin.
Let me tell you that when I woke up, I saw the Daily Show segment with Jon Stewart.
Yeah, it was good.
And I 100% agree. How the fuck could they let it happen?
Yep.
Why would you give up everything for nothing?
For nothing.
I'm going to find the Keith Olbermann clip. We're going to watch it again because some motherfuckers haven't learned.
We'll learn today. Yeah, I can't find out anything on the Make It Work pack.
That's because it's a fucking shell game.
It is.
Oh, I got their FEC committee ID. Let me try searching that.
Our campaign finance system is a joke.
Legistorm. Let's see what they say.
Legistorm. That sounds fraudulent.
Ollie, I think this one might be for you from our Twitch chat. What are you guys' thoughts on what's happening in Alberta lately?
The leadership in Alberta is fucked up.
Describe.
People in. They're basically Trumpers, right? They're MAGA. What's her name there has been going down and visiting Trump in Mar-a-Lago a few times. She's fucking ridiculous. She's kissing the ring big time. There's talk like of them seceding away from Canada. It won't happen. They're not.
Are they Canada's Texas?
Yeah. Kind of.
They got cattle and they got oil. So
well, no, they don't have the oil. Is the point?
Oh,
the oil is all owned by the natives in the province, and it's on lease to them to be able to get what do you mine the oil.
Yeah.
So the oil rights don't go with them when they leave. Their own they revert back to where where it comes from originally, which is the Canadian government and the natives. So just saying, they're fucked. Go ahead, your people can go. We'll keep all this rest of the stuff.
Calgary, Alberta is where a lot of famous wrestlers are from.
Yeah,
the Hart
the
family.
Harts. Yeah, the Hart boys, and the dad too, right?
And I think Chris Jericho. Yep. I think he's from Calgary too.
I think he just trained there. I think he's actually from Ontario.
Oh, you might be right because Kenny Omega's from Ontario too. I think.
Yeah.
The only reason I know that about the Hart brothers is because I used to have on my Nintendo a wrestling game.
Oh my god!
From Calgary, Alberta.
Yeah, it was great.
But the American people will see who stands with them on healthcare and who does not.
It's not you. It's
And
not
that
fucking you.
will be the platform of the next stage of the fight. I hope we can find bipartisan agreement on.
You're not. You're not. You're not. You're just not. You're not. I wish I could throw a table or something.
Yeah.
That's how upset I am by what she's saying.
Woosa, woosa.
I would.
Fuck you, bitch! Like, I'm so sick of the fucking. You are a liar.
Yeah.
You know that you have doomed us all, and you're trying to save yourself. When they come with the pitchforks and the torches, just know that day has your name on it. That is your day. Just know that when that day comes, that is your day, and I hope you enjoy it. Because just like maybe I have the picture around somewhere. Just like there was all those white women outside of them schools down in Memphis talking about some don't be sending these dirty jungle bunnies over to my school. Don't let them in here and they had to get the National Guard involved to make sure that the little girl could just go to class. It is women like her that held them signs up and fought against desegregation. It is women like her that will sit there and vote for NAFTA and gut our unions. It's this same. I am bland and safe. That bland and safe person is not afraid of its constituents. It's afraid of the other side and will capitulate to the other side every fucking time. Exactly. Rather than fight them for the people that they're supposed to be representing, they will always fold. Like a fucking rented steel chair.
Like a cheap sofa.
like a sofa that you know who
like Vince
has got his eye on.
An extension of those premium tax credits in New Hampshire. Couple of who are 60 years old or so, earning $85,000 a year, are seeing like a $15,000 increase in their.
What? She just recently took away a labor union's rights to strike with the use of the notwithstanding clause too. Like, dude, this is what I'm fucking talking about, man. These people have to get the fuck out of the party, or I swear to God, all the millennials are done. We need to just make our own fucking party. Like, the Democrats might be actually fucking all the way burnt to a crisp cooked. Like, they're done. They're finished.
Like, and she's talking about, oh, seniors in New Hampshire are going to see their health and premiums increase. Well, then why are you sticking the knife in them?
Yeah.
Why are you stabbing them in the back to do this?
Exactly.
And whatever monies we would have needed to raise for until the end of the year to help to help our neighbors who were on SNAP is less than what these fucking health insurance premiums are going to be for the next 2 months. You know what I mean? Like, those healthcare premiums are going to go up way more than motherfuckers' grocery bill. Motherfuckers' grocery bills are like $150 a week, $200 a week.
Yep.
Their premiums are going to go up to like $200 to $300 per paycheck. What are you talking about? They're going to steal everyone's fucking money. All of it. And so then what? How am I supposed to pay my fucking rent when my deductible out of my paycheck has just fucked me, and now I can't figure out how to turn it off? What about all those people?
Hey, Mikey, let's look on the bright side of this for a second. Though all those people are going to have more money in their pockets because instead of paying the extra for this insurance, they're just going to give up their insurance and keep that extra little bit of money so they have it in their pocket. The unfortunate side effect, though, is a lot of those people are going to get hurt and not be able to afford their care.
And if those, so let's do, there's 100,000 people in our state, the state of our three, we're the three lawmakers. Yeah. So let's say 50,000 or 50 of the 100 people get dropped from their insurance. That means that same injury pool, that same risk pool is now accountable for the same amount of money with half the amount of people.
Yeah.
Guys,
so even if you have insurance, your shit is going to go up too. No one is spared from this except for congressional members.
The Senate Republicans
just won't feel it.
They just threw in an offer here to stick it to the Democrats a little bit more. Senate Republicans say that they're open to extending the affordable health care funds that will expire at the end of the year, but only if the Democrats consider stricter abortion restrictions on insurance plans.
There you go. How's that for a fucking conversation? Did you like that? Did you like that? You want some more? Did you like that? So y'all are so fucking dumb. And then they just gaslight us like we're a bunch of stupid kids who don't fucking understand things. And it's so complicated. How would you ever be able to understand? I could tell that they were going to fuck you over.
Yeah. And the thing is, the Democrats are going to be forced to accept that.
Well, either that or it's a purposeful poison pill into the bill saying that we're not going to discuss anything unless you put abortion restrictions in there.
And they're not, or they will, or they'll cave.
Yeah.
I mean, why wouldn't they cave? Why wouldn't they cave at this point?
Why wouldn't Democrats already have the bill pre-made and say, here's the bill. Here's the bill right here. We want this approved.
Because
and then we'll open the government. We want guarantee this is approved. Then we'll open the government. That's what they needed to do and say, here it is right here.
Because those eight fucking turncoats didn't tell anyone else except for Chuck Schumer. And he was like, go ahead.
Yep.
Yeah.
They didn't talk amongst their own fucking committee.
Yeah.
They didn't talk amongst their own fucking colleagues.
To get that back to my boxing reference, like I said, the Democrats are down about 6 or 7 rounds this year, right? And the thing is, they were on the verge of winning their first round, and it might even been a 10-8 because they were having a hell of first 2 minutes in this 3-minute round. But they got flattened for an 8 count in the last 10 seconds of this fucking round and lost the fucking round. So,
There's already a response from Democrats on this. The Democrats said that there's no way they'll agree to it. Jean Shaheen, remember her from the video, said that it's a flat no. It's a non-starter. We're not going to do it. So guess what? Nothing's going to change.
No vote.
Wait, but hold on. Read that highlighted part you got there.
It says, but Democrats say that there's no way they'll agree to that. Senator Jean Shaheen of New Hampshire responded with a flat no when asked if there's any way the Democrats would agree to stricter abortion limitations in order to extend the ACA funds. It's a non-starter, Jean Shaheen said to NBC News, pointing to existing guardrails on abortion funding into the ACA. It's not an issue. We've already dealt with that issue.
No, that means you're going to lose ground, is what they're trying to explain to you, is that you are going to start retreating now. You're going to start getting less of what you're actually after now. Now you're going to start to lose. This is what we try to explain. How do you not understand negotiations? Again, I feel like this motherfucker should be at fucking the grocery store right now buying $500 fucking iTunes gift cards because a Nigerian prince says as long as you send it over, like these people are dumb as fuck.
Yeah.
Like they cannot see the obvious political gamesmanship that's going on right now.
I don't know how they didn't see it coming when the Republicans were like, oh, sure, in a month, we'll vote on it. It's fine. But then also we have caveats. Also, there's
Did
stuff
you hear
that
what
we want.
Mike Johnson already said, no, I'm not doing any of that.
Yeah.
If it comes down to the House, we're not voting on it. No, I won't bring it up. No.
Yeah.
They've already fucking had the negotiation part is over. We were just seeing whose nerve would buckle. This is the discussion's already been had. It's either you cut everybody's shit or you don't. Either you cut the $1 trillion out of Medicaid or you don't. It's gone now. Y'all gave it away.
Yep.
Insurance
And now let's just look at it. Let's say there is a blue wave next year. Just how many seats can they win? And is it possible for them to reverse this damage anytime within the next 15 to 18 months?
No.
None.
No.
So this is 3 to 5 years. If there's a big blue wave, this is 3 to 5 years for them to fix this damage to get things back on track, right? If they can.
Here's the problem. The filibuster remains for this shit. So they would need a filibuster-proof majority, which is 60 people, which the Democrats haven't had since 2009.
Yep.
So
and then even still, the way things are going, it's possible.
And then even still, we had motherfuckers like this in the background alongside the fucking what's his fucking Kentucky, Mitch McConnell.
See now,
so you had solid no's from every single Republican the entire time Obama was in office.
Yeah.
If Obama had some Republicans like these motherfuckers, we'd have fucking universal health care by now.
Yeah. Here's the problem, Ollie, and it's a sort of a good news, bad news situation. The election on last week, according to a lot of analysts and the Republicans, put the Senate in play for the Democrats, where the Democrats could win back the Senate with 1 or 2 votes, because they think there's a lot more vulnerability among Republicans now. Yeah. But after this, who wants to vote for these fucking people? Who wants to vote for Democrats after this?
That's what I'm saying. They lost this round too, even though they seemingly had a good portion of the round.
I'm talking about we had 2 knockdowns, Ollie.
Yeah.
2 knockdowns, and then we just sat in the corner with our elbows in.
Yeah. We were Mike Tyson in that fight against Jake Paul.
I didn't watch that sham.
I knew
it was horrible, man.
I knew it was going to be some bullshit. I'm like, nah, that's not even a fight anyway.
Yeah. There definitely points in time where they're talking to each other and saying, okay, do this.
It was more wrestling match than boxing.
Yeah.
It was definitely it was an exhibition. They're like, you dance around me, I'll dance around you, and then we'll go home.
Please don't hit me hard is what Jake kept saying to Tyson. Please don't hit me hard.
One real hard punch to the face would have done me some good. I fucking hate Jake Paul.
If the fight, I would have known the fight was real if Tyson would have like groaned at his shoulder one time after punching him. Like, hurt me a little bit when I fucked him up with that. If I would have saw a couple of those, then I would have maybe.
Yeah.
watch the whole thing.
Maybe he's trying, but no, there was none of that.
No, he didn't give him full strength, and that's what we want to see. All right, let's finish this shit.
It has to get fixed. And we have about a month to do it before the harm gets to be irreparable. And again, if the Republicans can't come to the table and do something reasonable on this and make sure that people can afford their health care and that the whole private commercial market also doesn't see skyrocketing increases, then shame on them.
Oh, shame on you, bitch.
What do you say to the millions of Americans who are already in the Obamacare exchanges, seeing premiums skyrocketed, who were hoping because of what you all said that they would get answers on what their premiums would be now, but have to wait weeks longer since you've decided to open the government without immediate action on the subsidies?
Well, as Senator Hassan said so well, the Republicans weren't providing any commitment or even a willingness to vote or a willingness to discuss extending the premium tax credits. We have the opportunity to do that now, and we will hold their feet to the fire.
Oh yeah, yeah. The fire that you put out.
Reiterate my gratitude for my colleagues, our staff who have worked night and day, literally, and all of those who have brought us to this point.
Susan Collins has to go on almost 2 times speed because she's 3 trillion years old and she can't speak at a regular fucking pace.
We're going to reopen government. We're going to ensure that federal employees, whether they were furloughed or laid off or forced to work without pay, will now receive compensation that they've earned and deserved. And we will also be able to celebrate on Veterans Day tomorrow the fact that we have passed the appropriations bill for the VA. And this would not have come about without the work of so many people, too numerous to mention. But I do want to thank my...
So there you go, Democrats. Susan Collins is like, oh, what a great day it is.
I'm glad victory lap.
I'm glad you guys made fucking Susan Collins's day. I'm glad you did.
Fellow appropriators, particularly the chairs of the 3 committees, Senator Bozeman, Senator Hoeven, and Senator Mullen, for their hard work. I want to thank our House counterparts, particularly Chairman Cole, who worked night and day with us on getting conference agreements, and our Democratic colleagues who courageously realized that we could not let this shutdown continue to go on with the harmful consequences growing worse with each passing day. So I also want to particularly...
Here, I'm going to punish you guys for a second here. Here's normal speed.
Thank my staff. They literally went with
I thought you were already on normal
and
speed.
worked
They all talk too slow, man.
to do all that needed to be done. I want to thank Leader Thune
It's like
Leader
she's
Barrasso
living at half speed.
Yeah.
What's that? You said turn it to half speed? Okay, I got you.
No.
Their hard work and the work of their staff.
It's like she's on bad Wi-Fi.
So my list of gratitude, I could go on and on, but the hour is getting
That's
late.
how a regular
And I
person
do want people to be able to go on home
Well,
for
that's
the
a
night
little
and
fast,
home.
but yeah.
Finally.
1.5 is
Again,
like,
I think
there you
this
go.
is a great victory for the American people, and it shows that the Senate can work, that we can produce the results that are needed. I want to give a shout out to Senator Katie Britt.
Don't you ever fucking say shout out again. Stay out of my culture, bitch.
And not Katie Britt. Fuck that lady.
Fucking nasty ass cave troll. Stay off my fucking culture.
Who is here this evening. She helped in so many ways with the negotiations. Senator Shaheen, Senator Kane, Senator Angus King, my colleague.
Yeah, that's all the little motherfuckers that voted for it. Y'all was talking to Susan Collins behind the scene, huh?
And the rest of the 8 Democrats who are willing to cross party lines for the good of the people of this country. So thank you.
Oh my God.
I got one for you, Mikey.
Oh my God.
This is the video I was talking about before.
This seems to be tearing the party apart right now, a party that seemed to finally find some unification after last week's off-year elections. He took issue with that and said, no, everything's pretty much just fine. This is just an argument that will get passed. But this does seem like a pretty big deal, and it's opening up the door to more calls, renewed calls for Chuck Schumer to step down.
Yeah, the timing of it obviously is rather striking, right? As you rightly said, they had until 24 hours ago felt like they were winning this thing. They had gotten the election results were overwhelming in their favor. Even Trump was blaming the shutdown on Republicans, saying that's the reason why they lost the election. He was undercutting his own Senate Republican caucus by saying they need to get rid of the filibuster, which they weren't willing to do. So instead of the story now being Republicans in disarray, it's Democrats in disarray, an old favorite, the one that seems to be appropriate at this time. And it does seem to have kind of halted the momentum that they had for 5 whole days since the off-year elections.
Senator Boxer, why? What do you think of this? Is this a good idea or a bad idea?
Well, if you know the Senate, you can't be that shocked. I mean, I spent 24 years there, and we always had people who were not joined at the hip with any party or any doctrine. And, if I had been there just for honesty's sake, I would have held out until I knew these subsidies would be taken care of at the minimum. But the bottom line is the Republicans, want to destroy Obamacare.
Hold on, pause it,
so there was no way that was.
How come Tim Kaine and the rest of his merry men didn't shut down the government when all them black women got fired from their federal jobs?
That's true.
He didn't care.
Because y'all didn't give a fuck when it was black folks.
Yeah.
Nope. Okay. I was just just wanted to check in, make sure I'm not tripping, make sure I'm not crazy. But when other people are being fired, what can we do? What can we do? But now it's, hey, we had to get them their paychecks, the ones that are left. Oh,
Tide
okay.
goes in, tide goes out. You can't explain that.
Y'all can just figure out something else to do. Y'all can go work at Amazon, but I'm going to do what I can to fight for these people. Hey, yo, fuck y'all.
Happening. So here's the thing. I want to make a point. You can't come out of election night that was so incredible for Democrats saying, as we all did, we are a big tent. The New York City mayor is nothing like the governor of Virginia, and then be so shocked when some Democrats go their own way. That's the way it is. We're not joined at the hip, and we don't answer to, a cult leader. It's not
But
good.
you should
I'm
answer
not
to
saying it's
somebody.
good, but it's the way it's always been.
No, they just look out for themselves. They just look out for themselves, and they want to look out for their next election and whether or not they'll get in trouble for how they.
Yeah.
That's all they care about. They don't give a shit about us.
They just care about who's up for re-election and how they're going to get it.
Yep. And
money.
Yep.
But it's the way it's always been.
Is this an example, though, of big tent, Tim? I mean, is this what your takeaway is?
Tim?
Well, not exactly, but I don't know. I guess I'll be the contrary on this. I think that the Democratic senators handled this basically pretty well. You're playing chicken with the other. It's like you're playing chicken, and the other party wants to crash. Like, you're never going to win a game of chicken against Donald Trump.
These motherfuckers, they need to go. All 8 of them.
Yeah, all of them need to go.
And Tim is 100% wrong. We almost got rid of the fucking filibuster because Mad King Trump was like, get it fucking done, dude. Fuck that. Do whatever you got to do. It doesn't matter if you need their votes. Just do it anyway. Even if it puts us at risk, do it anyway.
Yeah. Notice how fucking Fetterman wasn't even at that press conference.
Yeah.
Well, he's too busy. He's too busy fucking building a sailboat so he can go back to Israel to like help them, get the sand off of their fucking front stoops. Because he can't have that. I mean, if they have sand on their stoop, I mean, what does that say about America? So he's got to go over there and do that. And he's also got to go lick all their buttholes to make sure that nobody has any dingleberries in that fucking country. Because heaven forbid, he's got a mouth. I mean,
I'd like to say that I'm surprised it's only 2 of them retiring. I thought it was more of them retiring at the end of their terms.
Yeah, it's 2 that are retiring, and the other 6 aren't running for re-election in 2026.
Yeah. So they have years to repair the reputation, is what they're thinking.
People will forget.
Not on this fucking network. We're going to be on your motherfucking neck the whole time. Hold on, let me screenshot that bullshit. Because ain't nobody gonna forget. Not around here. We don't forget shit.
Yeah,
We write
you
shit
need
down.
You need to add a new video segment where you just put this picture up with a big shame stamp on it and play the shame video with it, with the shame sound with it.
Yeah, the shame list.
Yeah.
Did you get your screenshot?
Yep.
Yeah.
Into this. I mean, they spent 40, hold on. They spent 40 days doing this. And I was talking to Senator Kaine a moment ago, and he basically laid out everything that they could have gotten if they never went into a shutdown. He was worried about SNAP benefits running out. Well, if they never went into a shutdown, SNAP benefits would not have run out. He was worried about federal workers getting laid off. Well, if they didn't go into a shutdown, they weren't going to get laid off. And so they spent 40 days saying this is all about health care, all about the ACA and these subsidies. This is the only point we're going to have any leverage on this. And then now they're like, well, we're going to have a separate vote, and the American public will get to see where Republicans stand. And by the way, it sounds like the House isn't even going to take it up.
I hear all that, Katie, but that was the best case scenario from the start. I mean, but they had no choice
disagree.
but to do nothing. And here's the reality: if they wanted to get the healthcare subsidy extended, they needed to win the election last November. The Republicans control all of Washington. Like this expectation that the Republicans were going to wake up one morning and say, you know what, we're going to do the emergency Obamacare extension. You know, we're going to make sure that the subsidies for people that are early retirees are going to continue. Like, it's crazy to think that the Republicans were never going to do that. And the purpose of the shutdown, to my mind, was to demonstrate to the voters as Democrats what their side was on this issue and what the Republican side was. There was not going to be a tangible policy. The Republicans never even came to the table. The House hasn't been in session for a month. Donald Trump never tried to negotiate. So I hear you. I hear everybody when they're saying that they wanted more, they wanted to hold out longer. But this is the longest shutdown in history. I remember back when I was a Republican, the Democrats and people like me and the establishment of the Republican Party said the Tea Party's crazy. Like these guys at the Tea Party are extremists with the way that they are pushing these shutdowns. This Democratic Senate just held a longer shutdown than the Tea Party ever did. So, I mean, I just think that's like, that is about as much as could have been expected, given the real harm that was happening to people with the loss of benefits, loss of jobs, loss of salaries. Those people checking the bags at TSA were working for free.
They spent 40 days doing it. So I guess the criticism would be, why not spend 20 days doing it? Why not?
Yeah. If the whole point was just to make a point, then yeah, they should have just shut the government down. And as soon as it went one day longer than the longest shutdown, then they should have reopened it then. If that was the whole point of it.
Yeah.
But the point wasn't that. The point was to actually try and get some actual change to happen. Now, he did have a point saying it's kind of unrealistic to think that you could ever get them to vote your way on anything. But I mean, this is the only thing you got to try and make them. So you got to stick with it. You got to stick with it. So
it was the only leverage they had to force a vote on funding the ACA.
Like I would have counter proposed, okay, we're not funding the government until January. We're funding the government for 7 days so we can have a vote on the ACA. If the vote goes our way, then we'll agree to a longer funding.
Yeah,
that would have been the proposition I would put forward as a Democratic Party. It was like we'll open it for 7 days. That would have got their person into the House, right? That they needed in the House, and that would have got a vote immediately and a continued shutdown if it doesn't open. Plus, SNAP benefits would have been out.
Yeah.
A 7-day opening. That's it. Why are you agreeing to an opening for 3 months? Agree to a 7-day opening. That would even got a bunch of people paid. Right,
Ollie, this whole thing is so fucking crazy to begin with. Like the government shutting down because we can't agree on funding is crazy. Like I would much rather have a Canada situation where if the government was ever, all right,
you can't agree government.
Yeah, you don't want to agree on anything. All right, great. Now you have to fight for your job. Enjoy.
Yeah. So
I guarantee you that if that shit was in American politics, there would be far fewer shutdowns. There might have been like 1 or 2.
Yeah.
But this is crazy. We can't go through this all the time.
jobs, loss of salaries. Those people
Yeah,
checking the bags at TSA were working for free.
They spent 40 days doing it. So I guess the criticism would be, why not spend 20 days doing it? Why not spend 30 days doing it? Did it take, as I guess, Tim, you're suggesting, that much time for the American public to see where the Democrats stood and how they felt about health care, and to look at it closely and see that ultimately it was the Republicans that were stonewalling this issue?
I would have been fine with 30 days. That's not a very popular opinion out there. But yeah, that would have been fine with me. 30 days. I think that the point was made, I think.
Adam, jump in.
Yeah, I mean, I think the strategy always had an end game problem, and sort of what Tim is getting at here.
That is a good point. Like, the strategy did always have an end game problem. Like, what was the end game going to be?
Yeah.
But I think that the Democrats gave away too much.
Yeah.
They gave away way too much. They could have been a bit stronger, and the 8 who are like, oh, well, you know, we had to do this so we can get SNAP benefit funding and we can get people get their paychecks. They were already going to get those things. So you're not winning anything by doing that.
The Republicans were never likely to give Dems their big demands. I think if Democrats were going to cut this kind of a deal, it probably would have been a better idea to have done it a week ago before the elections. Gave everybody a renewed sense of momentum before Trump started lobbying Republicans to get rid of the filibuster, and people like me were like, this is interesting. Let's see where this goes. But, you know, I do think that there is an argument for claiming a win here. Democrats were able to drive a conversation about healthcare and make that a central focus, which is something they've been struggling to do for a long time. And look, if you want to be really cynical about this from a political perspective, by not extending the ACA subsidies, Republicans have set themselves up for a year next year that is going to be entirely focused on healthcare. And people's premiums are going to go up. Republicans are highly unlikely to extend these subsidies, which is part of why Democrats were demanding that they do it. But that's going to be all on Republicans. It's going to be similar to 2017 when they made it all about repealing the ACA. Republicans have put themselves in a position where all of next year, going into the midterms, is going to be focused on people's premiums going up at the hands of Republicans in control of Congress.
That point,
they're going to have elections.
That point relies on 2 key things that have to happen in 2026. One, people have to remember what happened. It has to stay in their minds. 2, the Democrats have to actually message on it. And up until a month ago, they were shit at messaging everything.
Yeah, they don't message anything well.
So it may be on the Republicans to make sure that they don't fuck up healthcare for everyone, but it's also on the Democrats to make sure that they hold the Republicans' feet to the fire on this. Like, if you're going to say that we're going to make 2026 all about healthcare and it's going to be all on the Republicans, then you can't fucking let off the gas on it.
No.
You can't be distracted.
Go.
Yeah. You can't be distracted by all of Trump's bullshit. You have to be like, yeah, but the Republicans took away your health insurance.
What did they say? Oh, but they took away your health insurance. Oh, your premiums are 4 times what they used to be, right? Okay. What did they say?
Right.
Oh, yeah. How much are you bankrupt now? Because you had to go to the hospital last month to have a baby?
Without insurance, it would have been almost 40 grand for us to have our baby.
Yeah.
That they forced you to have, by the way. Are you bankrupt because you had to go to the hospital to have a baby that they forced you to have? Fuck.
What did I just miss on their side on this video? So I can kind of what they talking about?
Katie Tur was talking about how, I don't know how the Democrats can claim this as a victory. It's splitting the party. And if they were going to end the shutdown, why not do it after a certain point before the election to give yourselves a little bit of a win going out of the election and not have this like stop all your momentum right now?
Yeah.
And the guests in various ways are saying, well, the Democrats, they didn't really have an end game, and this could be a win if you make it all about health insurance for Republicans in 2026 and blah blah blah. That's what this guy's saying. I'll rewind it like 10 seconds.
That's going to be all on Republicans. It's going to be similar to 2017 when they made it all about repealing the ACA. Republicans have put themselves in a position where all of next year, going into the midterms, is going to be focused on people's premiums going up at the hands of Republicans in control of Congress.
I just wonder, Peter, in following Donald Trump for as long as we both have now, if he might have ended up folding on the issue of the ACA, if he might have ended up sounding a little bit more like Marjorie Taylor Greene, saying, of course, people need this, and pressuring Republicans if the Democrats had continued to hold off. I know he was going on about the filibuster, but I guess I just wouldn't have been surprised if he ultimately came out and started sounding like he was siding on ACA extensions.
Yeah, I take Tim's point about not playing chicken with Donald Trump, but at the same time, I think you're right. I don't think he's ideologically wedded toward this position, and he's not very ideologically wedded toward a lot of things. He's willing to suddenly pivot and switch gears on a dime and try to pretend that it's consistent. So it's not out of the realm of possibility that he might have, in fact, given something on this. In fact, he was.
We've been screaming taco since July or April 2nd.
Yeah.
Since
I
April
was just thinking
2nd,
that.
we've been saying taco, taco. He caves
Yeah.
every time.
Yeah.
Trump is the one who caves, unless the Democrats beat him fucking to it.
Yeah.
I was while she was asking that question, I was exactly what I was thinking. Well, Trump's known to fucking cave. Why didn't he just keep pushing it?
I mean, that's why she asked the question. I know that some of the other anchors on MSNBC would just be like, oh, well, the Democrats did everything they had to do. But Katie Tur was like, yeah, but did they really have to fucking do this? Could they've done it at some other point that was more politically advantageous or not at all and wait for Trump to cave? Like that was
because the people were hunkered. We were ready. We were getting organized. We were going to do what we needed to do to keep everybody safe in the meantime. And they couldn't fucking do. They have health insurance. We're the ones that are on, you know what I mean? We're the ones that are on the knife edge, and we're saying hold fast.
And let's not forget that the biggest one-day protest in American history happened during the shutdown.
Right.
It was the No Kings Day on October 18th or 17th, whatever the day was.
18th.
But we were organized. The people were ready. Tuesday's election, if the Democrats didn't take anything away from that, other than we won a couple of things, like they're on your side, guys. I don't know why you're like, oh, you're on my side. Get the fuck out of here. What are you doing here?
This is what these geriatrics think now. I don't know if there's something about the lead in their brains or from the fucking carburetor days or what the fuck is going on. They have completely just decided to not be on the people's side, like actively going after the people with the Republicans, because if what I think is true, this is all donor speak.
Yeah.
No, we don't want no fucking shutdown. We want this fucking engine, this American engine to pump, to churn. I need income. I need services. I need bodies. I need all of these things now.
Yeah.
Not later. I don't give a fuck if they're trying to protest and gonna slow down the thing. You ain't slowing down Black Friday. No, we finna sell this shit. Fuck y'all talking about. We finna sell this product. Get their asses back to work.
Well, I mean,
I don't give a shit.
That is what they were, because in the timeline of the shutdown, if it had gone on another 2 weeks, then there would have been serious economic problems with contractors with the government, and then if it had gone on another 2 weeks, then we would have fallen into a job crisis with government workers and with government contractors. And if it had gone on until the end of the year, we would have fallen into a recession because so much GDP would be lost from people not working in the government for the government. So yeah, you're right. That's how it would go.
It was like we were hunkered. People were setting up clinics, and I found out, and because this still might have to be a thing, so I just want to put the good information out there, that there are like doctors' offices that are offering memberships. So they might offer you a membership for like $500 a year, and then you can go and get your checkups. And if you need any kind of like, like if you need like a general practitioner or something like that, those are available. So check that out in your state and in your area, because that might have to be the way it is. So it's like, oh, I would never pay $85 a month for some sort of club thing. But
question.
Yeah.
Prescriptions in the United States, if you have a prescription for a drug that you have to take regularly, do you have to go back to a doctor regularly to get that prescription refilled so that the pharmacy will continue giving you the medicine?
They will give you a certain number of refills until
That's
you
what
have
I'm
to go
saying.
back. Yeah, they will. You don't have to go back every time.
Okay.
Like,
See, mine's kind of automated now, right?
Right.
My pharmacy just sends a note directly off to my doctor saying, "Do you want this refilled?" And the doctor replies, "Yes," and then it just keeps refilling itself.
I think if it's a medication that you just have to be on regardless, they can do that.
Yeah.
But like, for instance, I know he's not a person, but my dog Zeus is on gabapentin for his arthritis, and he has like 2 refills of his prescription before I have to go back to the vet and say, "Hey, does he need more?"
Okay. So you do then for a lot of them.
Yeah.
Well, membership, that's what I'm thinking. A membership like that would be perfect for that type of thing, where you regularly have to see a doctor to get your medicines refilled and stuff like that, right? So
yeah.
But we pay for both of those separately.
Yeah.
So who knows what the pharmacy situation is going to be.
yeah, before I had a family doctor, I had regular problems here because I'd have to go to like an outpatients clinic or something like that to get my prescriptions refilled. So
sort of nudging his way there on a couple of occasions, even in the last 2 days. He said, well, let's just give the billions of dollars that go to these subsidies to the people instead of to the insurance companies. And then the people can buy their health care, which of course, I'm not sure where they'd buy the health care from, except from the insurance companies. I'm not quite sure what he was getting at there, but it did suggest a willingness or a possibility on his part of looking for some way out. So it didn't look like he was
or an understanding at a basic level that healthcare is going to be a problem for Republicans.
Yeah, and I think he understands that. But of course, he has said how many times he has said he's got a plan or even concepts of a plan. He doesn't have a plan, still doesn't have a plan.
No.
We're almost 10 years in at this point to the Trump era. We're still waiting for that plan. So I think you're right. I think he recognized this issue has not been a helpful one to him. And as you rightly point out, I think Adam pointed out, or Tim, I apologize, but I think it was in 2018, obviously, when that was made very clear to him.
Yeah, listen, I think it's a complicated issue. I think Donald Trump has figured out maybe, or he will figure out it's a complicated issue. It's not so easy to solve. And there are a lot of Republicans that actually don't want to solve it because they don't want to continue to extend health care to, they just don't like the idea of socialized medicine. Senator Boxer, on the subject of the filibuster, which Adam brought up a moment ago, I think it is curious. What do you think would have happened if Donald Trump really forced that issue on Republicans?
Well, I think what they would have done is not done away with it completely, but they would have said something like, in the case of a shutdown, it's done away with. But look, they don't want to do away with it because the handwriting may be on the wall. They have given us the health care issue. And if I could say, we always had the immigration issue over our head because we couldn't get a bipartisan agreement on it. Now they've got this issue coming at them like another tsunami. And I do agree with those comments that were made. They are in a horrible state now, filibuster or not. They're going to
look at all them states impacted by expiring Obamacare subsidies. I wonder which ones are the hardest hit.
That's why Marjorie out there like, yo, yo, we gotta chill out. yo.
Damn. It looks like the South here is going to have a problem.
Yeah.
Yes. Arizona too.
Oh, Iowa. Ohio. Indiana.
And see
Virginia?
them. And if you look, those are all of the poor states. Like those are the states that depend on the taxes from Illinois, New York, California.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like they depend on that money. And Texas and Florida don't even tax the people.
Nope.
They don't even
What is
tax
it?
the people. And look at who's being affected by Obamacare the most. Because you're not getting any protections from your state. You're not mandating it through employers as frequently. If you have so many employees, you have to provide health insurance. No, I have that shit in Florida and Texas. Are you kidding me? You're on your own. This is Texas.
What are the numbers roughly? Isn't it California's given like 98 billion a year back? Or they're taking that much less, and Texas is taking 74 billion a year more, something like that. So
Yeah,
basically,
it
California's
changes.
paying
It
for
changes
Texas.
so much. It changes so much. But yeah, that's I mean, and California's got the port, so that's like a huge thing.
Yeah.
But you know what's crazy? You know what the second biggest port is? Fucking Houston.
Texas. Yeah.
Why this shit is getting crazy. No. They need to put in their fucking fair share of the pot.
Yeah.
All that oil money, all that port money.
Yeah.
Texas should be paying for the whole South.
Yeah.
And not even missing the money. They
Yeah.
could still have a perfectly fine state if they tax them fucking oil companies.
Yeah.
And that's I'm gonna slightly transition us here. But that's the failure of these and the cowardice of the right wing. Because the oil industry, why the fuck are we paying for medicine?
Yeah.
If you would have just put fucking, hey, I hear you want like Clippy, dunk dunk. So it looks like you're trying to start an oil company inside the United States. Well, first of all, you're about to be my bitch because I'm going to regulate the absolute dog piss out of you. And I'm going to pump, while you're pumping that shit out of the ground, I'm going to pump you for money. I'm going to take all the profits that you make off of that and run my entire company off, or my entire country off of it. What are they going to do? Leave? The oil is in the ground already. You got them fucking trapped. You could have taxed them motherfuckers to bejesus. That could have been like a government fucking they could have written a law that says any natural resources will go to the greater good, and then all excesses will be paid. There should be stipends like they get in Alaska. They get oil stipends.
Yeah.
Why isn't that on everything? Because Republicans were just like, no, we'll keep it, you see?
Yeah.
And they won't get it. There's no need to share. We'll keep it. Well, then y'all can keep not getting services is what needs to happen.
Big Oil's going to put 10 million in my bank account instead of paying 10 billion in taxes. Sounds good to me.
Right. I hesitated. It was 5 million. And then he said 10. And I was like, oh
yeah.
Couldn't say yes fast enough. So let's I didn't pull up videos for everything here, but Trump did some more pardons.
Oh yes, I saw that.
70 of them or so in the middle of the night the other night, right? Yeah.
Some people he couldn't even pardon.
Yeah. Some of them were being charged to state levels instead of federal.
I mean, notable entries there would be your boy Rudolph, mayor of America's mayor,
America's mayor,
Rudolph Giuliani.
The only man in America whose hair bleeds.
He still had to pay all that money, man. Like he's still fucked.
Well, does he?
I think he already paid it, or he started to.
He started to.
Yeah, didn't he declare bankruptcy, so he doesn't have to pay the rest?
He can't. The judge said you can do that as soon as you're done paying them.
Yeah.
Figured he'd get away with part of it that way at the very least. It still would have left him pretty much broke, but
yeah, he pardoned the fucking Nevada fake electors or whatever, but they couldn't be pardoned because it was a state crime, not a federal crime. Yeah.
Yeah.
Stupid. They're not even reading through the shit anymore. They're just literally taking emails and putting and copying and pasting it onto the fucking the laptop that's connected to the printer that has the official White House letterhead on it. Like they're not even fucking proofreading this shit, I'm sure.
The policy is no MAGA left behind. So anyone that's literally
Mark Meadows.
What I heard that's going on in the White House is no MAGA left behind. So if you are part of the 2020 election crime stuff, Trump's couldn't pardon you.
Well, no MAGA left behind. You saw they had to spring Georgie boy out the big house.
Yeah.
Said let them
Oh,
all out.
Question: all these pardons. Now I
Mhm.
know a bunch of them no good because they're at state levels, but the next president coming in, can they reverse any of that stuff?
Nope.
Not just
Nope.
not allowed,
It is
eh?
permanent and unrevocable.
It has been erased. It doesn't exist anymore. What are you talking about?
Yeah. It's basically cleaning your record of whatever it was.
So that's what I'm saying. I think Giuliani. I'll have to.
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know if he's gonna have
to
to pay the rest of that money now.
because he pardoned like a whole bunch of people that were in there for like tax crimes. Like he pardoned the Chrisleys, and I don't think that they had to like they
No, they don't have to pay
were-
that.
Yeah, they were in jail, but they also had to pay a fine. Yeah, I don't know.
I think
And-
Giuliani's shit is gone. I think that just wiped out his debt.
And I heard it was worded in a way where if Trump wanted, he could say that he also pardoned himself. Because it said any person who was involved in such and such, like whatever case it was, pardoned all those people.
That's fine. We got him on other shit anyway.
Yeah.
Sure.
I mean, Rudy still has to go through the Georgia stuff.
There's no way he's gonna remember to pardon himself for all the shit he did. So I'm not really worried about it.
Giuliani and a bunch of those people still have to go through all those Georgia cases about their fake elector scheme.
And ruining those ladies' lives.
Yeah.
So there's the fresh pardons. I wanted to bring that up.
Chaza wants to know if pardons count for future crimes if you word it in a certain way, because Hunter Biden has been pardoned for all future crimes according to like certain things. Like Hunter Biden has a blanket pardon, is what they're calling it. We're gonna be pardoned for whatever, as long as it's related to like a federal case that he was a part of.
Remove the pardon.
Yeah,
Pardon
I
power
think
gone.
there either needs to be serious reform or get rid of it.
Well, how about we actually fucking
Or you get like a certain number.
Like, how about we actually have a criminal justice system that isn't just corrupt as fuck,
Yeah.
as everything else, and then we would need a fucking pardon in the first place.
Everybody gets one.
How much
Judicial
you actually have
review.
to provide a legitimate reason for the reason why you're pardoning the person,
You can
and then it has to go to Congress and be approved.
Maybe.
Wouldn't I mean?
Everybody
Right?
gets
That
one.
way,
You get one.
instead of just completely removing the power, that way they can say, okay, this person right here has done X thing, and I think because they've done whatever, they should now be forgiven for X thing.
Yeah.
Right? And then they can put that proposition forward to be approved. Maybe it should be approved, maybe by the Supreme Court, maybe by the Congress, something. But that maybe something like that.
Oh, don't be sick.
Oh, COVID.
You can get
hate COVID.
COVID's the
Don't-
worst.
Being sick is not allowed.
So it is coming up upon the 3-hour mark. Do we want to land this plane?
Almost. Mayor Johnson sent a he testified before the UN for the pretty much crimes against humanity that's been going on in Chicago. A couple of Greg Bavino, that the ICE head or whatever, the chief of ICE or whatever, had to show up to court. The judge said, you need to put a body cam on. All the rest of your people need to put a body cam on. No more chemical irritants. No more any of that shit. They did it again. Go figure. Bavino's on cell phone camera throwing a flashbang, and they were I don't know if they were trying to get somebody or do something, but a guy's leaving Costco, and the ICE agents are having a ruckus with somebody, and the the ICE agent is driving past them and sprays bear spray into his open window.
Oh,
This is
yes.
what I heard. Yeah.
Sprays all along the side of his head. He gets some sort of ear infection kind of thing going on because it goes in like directly in the side. And his 1-year-old was in the back seat.
Yeah.
And she got sprayed. So they're trying to wash the shit off the baby. Like, Oh, and last Chicago update, there was a manhunt. The DHS was on a manhunt for the people shooting. People were shooting at ICE agents, they claimed.
What were they shooting at ICE agents?
For 48 hours, that was their claim. It was an armed robbery of a jewelry store. If only the cops could have responded, but they're dealing with the fucking ICE protests because ICE is in the city when they're not supposed to be. They are a fucking distraction, and they make every area that they go into worse.
Yeah. More dangerous.
Yep. Because now motherfuckers are pulled away from doing the regular duty because they have to do crowd control because people want to protest you because you don't fucking follow the law. ICE has been around since 9/11.
Yeah.
That's true, I suppose. Yeah. Yeah.
We've always had ICE agents here. There's always been ICE raids and immigration raids and stuff like that, but they follow the fucking law.
Yeah.
So whilst they're going after these criminals, they are all criminals. And by the way, guys, I don't know what the statute of limitation is, but kidnapping, whether you got ordered to do it or not, is a life sentence. So, and that was in Illinois. So you'd need a pardon from Governor Pritzker, and I don't think that's happening. Keep that in mind, ICE agents. That's why everybody's recording your shit. You will be tracked. We will find each and every one of you who have committed crimes, and you were going to sit for a long time. And we got space for you because our crime is actually down.
Yeah. See, now Trump's just going to sign a pardon for them all, right?
He can't pardon them.
He can't.
It's a state crime.
Yeah, it's all state crime.
That hasn't stopped him yet. And now, has it?
Well, it doesn't. His pardons on that level don't mean anything.
But they'll have an argument. They'll just have an argument, right?
But it says
you can't argue that man out of jail.
It's explicit in the Constitution. Like you can't.
Once he's
There's
in
a lot
custody,
that he's just fucking ignoring, right?
once he's in custody, he's in custody.
Yeah, Trump 2028. That's in there too, right?
Okay.
He said he's not going to do that.
Yeah, that's because he's not going to have an election. He's just going to stay in power because he's going to have a war someplace.
That long, he's not going to.
He's going to have a war.
I don't think he's going to
But
make.
that's his plan.
He's not a healthy person.
You understand that is his plan. He's going to have a war someplace so that he doesn't have to have an election.
No, his plan, his actual plan, is to run as vice president. That was his actual plan, and let JD Vance run as president, and then they would switch.
He's not allowed to do that, though.
He's not eligible to run.
Yeah.
He didn't know that until someone told him. He's like, "Oh, well, then I'm not going to do that." Like, but that was his actual plan. He said that. He said that thing.
So,
he's so stupid. It's almost like the Constitution is in like 58 out of 60 rooms in the fucking White House. If only he read one of them.
Did you see the lettering outside of the Oval Office saying that it was the Oval Office, the gold lettering?
Because he don't know where it is.
It's because he's got dementia. He's dementia.
Confused. But
He's
yeah,
that 60 minutes where they're going around the room showing all the gold. My jaw was dropping just how much gold he's wasted in that fucking room.
That's
I mean, what the fuck?
They're not real.
He says it's real.
Some of that shit you can get from Home Goods.
Yeah. So
I had a video,
all real gold.
I had a video with talking about the farmers. The ranchers are pissed.
Oh yeah,
the farmers are pissed.
They're done.
This bailout shit doesn't do anything. The only thing he got with China was 27 million.
Yeah.
Or no, 25 billion. 25 billion is what is what he is the order that he got. When the previous year they had 27 billion.
Yeah,
so we lost 2 billion, and you had to put everybody on heart attack mode for 6 months for no reason.
You know, there's only so many countries that'll import our beef to begin with.
Right.
Not Europe. Every time I go to Ireland, they're like, yeah, we don't import it. Not even McDonald's is allowed to import American beef. It's all Irish beef.
Canada doesn't take your beef.
Yeah,
you don't
nobody
take
does.
Your beef.
There's only so many countries that'll take our
That
beef.
is why we are large and strong and powerful people.
Put some fucking regulations on that fucking industry, and then we'll fucking take it. But Jesus,
we do have regulations. We
not
just
enough.
We just do stuff that y'all regulate out.
We just want to inject them with human growth hormones.
Yeah.
Come on.
I need that calf to be the size of a linebacker.
You ever seen what an American turkey actually looks like, as opposed to like the turkeys they do like in the turkey farms? It's insane.
They're
Turkeys are
enormous.
not that big.
Right. They're
But
super animals.
the ones that we grow are fucking gigantic.
They are. The food ones you grow are just fucking ridiculous.
Look at, just consider some of the size of the chicken breasts that you get in the market. It's like, wait, this chicken had 2 of these? Was this fucking Pamela Anderson the chicken? Like, what the fuck? These are in my. How did one bird have 2 giant breasts?
I get one chicken breast from Swiss Chalet, and it fills like it's enough to feed me twice with sides.
It's a big ass chicken. I ain't never seen no chicken walk around. I ain't never seen no chicken walk around scratching in the dirt with 2 big ass titties dragging in the dirt behind.
Yeah. Like I know they're flightless birds, but damn.
You bench pressing? I guess they would use their feet.
Feet pressing. No, they could use the wings. The wings have that range of motion.
They would do like the Olympic rings. That would be their
yeah.
So and then for the ranchers, this Argentinian beef, people on the right are actually saying, hey, the prices are gonna go down. That's better. And I'm like, but what about our farmers?
Yeah.
What about them? And they just there's no connection that the rural people that they claim to be are the same people. Maybe it's like like around us we have soybeans and corn. So I'm hip to the soybeans corn culture. We don't have pig farms near me. They do have them in Illinois. You can smell them from miles away.
Oh yeah.
But like, or dairy farms or something like that. Maybe they have like a different culture with like the neighborhoods that are up against them. Maybe they don't like each other or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Maybe these rural groups are not as cohesive as we thought they were. Because I can't believe that the ranchers and the soybean farmers were just like, yeah, fuck the other one over.
Yeah. Well,
seems very counterproductive.
It does.
If your market is dry, or if their market's drying up, then maybe yours is at risk.
One of the things I saw driving through Ireland this time was that there are a lot of farm co-ops, like co-op companies that the area farmers all use to like work together, and like they all buy feed or whatever from the same co-op, and then they all, the milk producers send their milk to the co-op to get produce and whatever. Like the Irish government and the farming community there seems to be very much in sync with. They're all in it together.
Right.
Yeah.
And
our crops.
Our crops.
Our harvest.
Yeah. Here, it seems like, well, fuck everyone else, I guess. The government couldn't care less at this point about what happens to the farmers. We'll throw them a bone every now and again. But that's it. We'll import beef from Argentina and crops from Argentina because it's cheaper, and we made a deal with Argentina, but what happens to our farmers? Who cares?
Yeah,
but the willingness for so many rural people to adopt Scott Bessent's fucking Argentina first platform is very, very strange.
Tons. Why you gotta come for me, man? That ain't right.
Hey, if Ben Franklin would have had his way, Tim would have been the national bird. But it's the solidarity is no longer there, apparently, because I guess everybody's gonna go into feudal serfdom mode. Good luck. I'm just letting y'all know, hey, there's another option. Do not vote for another fucking Republican. Stop voting for them, because they are doing this shit to your specific crop on purpose.
On purpose.
He promised you that he was going to take care of you. He cut all of the fucking refund money you were supposed to be getting for all the upgrades that you were supposed to get. He slapped tariffs on your shit. He destroyed your markets. No, all that shit that you were selling internationally is gone now, because everyone's had to go an entire season without you.
Yeah.
Yep. We've had to figure it out.
So maybe they don't want to go back. Maybe they can get a better deal this year than they did the year before because they got stuff figured out better logistically.
My oranges example is a perfect example of that, right?
Yep.
Every orange I used to get used to either come from California or Florida. Now they all come from fucking South America or Africa or those two places, right? So
Oh yeah, Trump has threatened to start bombing Nigeria if they don't stop killing all the Christians. Apparently,
yeah, they said that they were anti-Christmas.
So that's not true. In the conflicts that were going on in the region, the majority of those people were Muslim. Yes, lots of Christians died too, but the majority of them were Muslim. So there's that. Police storm cyber fraud farm and uncover 40,000 SIM cards. Just in an office building, not doing nothing. And then they fucking just, go through the fucking glass and all that shit. And then there's just like banks and banks in here. I got the video. Oh, hold on. Hold on. Come on, you.
Looking.
Full speed. Go. Go. Damn, they got both doors at the same time. Yeah, you wasn't getting out.
Where is this?
Latvia? Yeah, Latvia.
Oh.
Look at this shit. All right, that's annoying. Look at this shit. I'm talking about they was in all your where my button at? Where my button at? Where my button at?
Your data, dumbass.
I'm just saying. This is why you can't never click on nobody's links, is because you got this shit running in the background. There was one other Trumpy thing. What was it? I forget.
Hey, so we're doing the thing tonight, right?
Yeah, we'll probably do it for a couple of weeks. It'll be character creation. So it's a low stress night. We gotta make characters and figure the game out.
We're streaming it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Streaming?
Why don't
Okay.
you-
I
why
thought
don't
we
you-
were recording it or streaming it. One of the
Why don't
other.
you tell the people about it, Mikey?
While I look for this thing, sure. Oh, the Epstein thing. That was the last thing. We'll talk Epstein and then I will remember Delta Green before we leave.
Okay.
The Epstein thing. Predictions. I think the vote's gonna have to come up.
With her vote, are there enough votes that they have to bring it forward then?
Yeah, she's the deciding vote.
Like everybody's just waiting on her at this point. So as
Yeah,
soon as she's sworn in, she's gonna sign it and then it's go time.
That's why Johnson wouldn't seat her, because there's enough Republicans who want to see it.
Okay. So what Johnson's going to do then is probably go back to those Republicans, change your vote.
I don't.
Right?
You won't get Marjorie Taylor Greene to change her vote.
Yeah, that's one. Probably. How many is there? The Republicans.
I forget who they were, but they were pretty adamant about it. Like they were like, "Hey, they're the MAGA folk who were lied to about a conspiracy that they were all in on." So
it's the QAnon wing of MAGA.
Yeah, they're not going to budge on that shit. He can offer them the world. They'll still want to see who's on the Epstein list.
We'll see.
It'll just feel like you're hiding it more if you offer them stuff.
Yeah. Like
Yeah, but they've been working in the background this whole time to get them to change their votes, probably.
Absolutely.
Yeah, probably. But notice how he hasn't seated that Democrat yet.
Yeah. Well,
he hasn't sworn her in. So I don't think that he has the votes to avoid it.
I think they anticipated the shutdown, and that's why he kept them out of town too.
Yeah. So I mean,
they were out of town 3 weeks before the shutdown.
Yeah, they were. Yeah.
And then for the entire shutdown.
The schedule they had for the end of the year is fucking crazy, man. They work like 5 days. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it is.
But he gets, hey, gotta get that monthly paycheck though.
When I was in Ireland, the Prince Andrew thing happened where they took away his royal titles, and boy, were the Irish excited about that.
Were they? That's funny. Yeah.
I bet they were rubbing his nose in it.
Yeah.
They were like, we were on a train talking to two ladies. One of them was British, one of them was Irish, and they were talking about who else do you think is on like the Epstein list. I was like, I wouldn't be surprised if like it was more like British royal family. Like, come on, he's not the only one. But I was also like, it's a ton of American politicians and businessmen. Like, come on.
Yeah.
I remember. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
The names on that list might shock some people. It might not shock. It's not going to shock us.
We are not going to be shocked.
We know it's the Clintons and fucking Bill Gates and Jeff Bezos, probably, like all those people.
Zuckerberg.
Maybe, yeah.
And then like some probably high-ranking politicians. Definitely Trump. He's on there so many times.
Graham.
We should be paying attention to see if any of them are fleeing the country right now to non-extradition states.
Graham for sure. Graham's an ass kisser. That dude would definitely be on that list. Him and Trump hung out all the time. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Lindsey Graham.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Lindsey Graham would.
Nutlake is 100% on that list.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Giuliani
for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, Elon. Oh, Elon and Teal.
Yeah.
And Eric Adams, probably.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Cuomo, maybe.
I wonder.
Cuomo.
Yeah, Cuomo.
Look, fuck him. He can't say Mom Donnie. Fucking Como. Yeah.
Como.
Both Cuomos. Both Cuomos.
So this two YouTube related things. So Abaya Israel is a former law enforcement officer, and he makes like First Amendment auditor videos and shit like that, and teaching people their rights. The shadow ban is real because he made a whole nother channel and started posting about his channel being gone. That one hit my algorithm faster than his original channel.
Wow.
Yeah.
And now here's another thing from TRT World, which I think is Turkey's government sponsored media. And it's YouTube accused of mass deletion of Israeli crime videos. You know, Tim, I wonder why that shit kept disappearing off the fucking playlist.
YouTube keeps deleting shit.
And I have ADHD, so I'm not remembering what I fucking put in the list. I'm just doing it as I go through the day. Huh. So maybe that's an answer to the riddles of why shit was just disappearing off the playlist. It's because the footage is disappearing off the internet.
Yeah, it's very possible.
So there's that. Japan deploys troops to battle bear attacks after 12 people killed.
Oh yeah, we talked about that last week.
Yes.
And Mikey was like, I don't want to move to Japan anymore. There's too many bears.
Well, I mean, I was making fun of fucking Tim's bears.
Yeah, I got black bears. That was a brown bear they were after in Japan. You're like, fuck brown bears. I'm not doing that.
Yeah. Black bears aren't nearly as scary as brown bears.
For months, masked federal agents have aggressively.
Oh yeah, let's see this. Then we can get out of here.
Oh, holy shit! Right in the face.
For months, masked federal agents have aggressively engaged with protesters in several states while carrying out the president's immigration directives.
This is when he shot the priest.
Shooting pepper balls into faces, using cars to move people, and even employing chokeholds
move people.
on
That's an interesting description of that.
Tactics endorsed by President Trump.
Americans have been watching videos of ICE tackling a young mother, tear gas being used in a Chicago residential neighborhood, and the smashing of car windows. Have some of these raids gone too far?
No, I think they haven't gone far enough because we've been held back by the judges, by the
fucking pineapple.
He just said they haven't gone far enough.
Right.
He just said I would like them to go farther. The judges are keeping us from doing the real shit that we want to do.
Right. So when these people say, "No, I am MAGA," okay, I hear what you're saying. This is what you believe in. I hear what you're saying. I don't disbelieve. I don't distrust, but I will act accordingly.
Liberal judges that were put in by Biden and by Obama.
And Trump.
You're okay with
And that liberal President Trump, who dumbass.
That liberal commie Donald Trump.
This sweeping multi-agency immigration campaign is spearheaded by the Department of Homeland Security and led by U.S. Customs and Border Protection Commander-at-Large, Gregory Bavino.
If someone strays into a pepper ball, then that's on them.
We wanted to...
If you happen to walk into a fucking screen of pepper, that's you. That's on you. If you just walk into a cloud of pepper ball, that's fine. That's not my fault.
Just because I'm chasing people through the neighborhoods at 60 miles an hour on residential streets, spraying fucking tear gas as I go down the road, and your kindergartner gets hit.
Yeah.
Kind of the kindergartner's fault, not my fucking absolutely insane tactics that I'm using.
If the invisible cloud of capsaicin hits you, that's not my fault. That's your fault.
You couldn't see it?
Why did the kid get in the way of my tear gas?
Right.
I don't understand.
Find out, what do these confrontations reveal about the shifting tactics within ICE, CBP, and HSI? We asked Eric Ballier, a 25-year career
Damn, boy. Save some for the rest of us.
federal agent who most recently led investigations into use of force misconduct for ICE to tell us what he sees.
This isn't policing and law enforcement as I practiced it for 25 years.
Here's what we
Could've
found
told you
out.
that.
In recent months, we've witnessed federal agents firing pepper balls and other less than lethal munitions downward into crowds from elevation, despite the
I got
fact
him
that
right in the head.
CBP guidance prohibits agents from intentionally targeting the head, neck, spine, or female breast. In this September
Hey, what about my breasts?
Nah, they don't count.
I bet he probably wouldn't be able to hit them. They're very small.
incident, federal agents at the Broadview facility are seen standing several stories above protesters who appear largely peaceful. We can see pepper balls exploding around the demonstrators. And then one man is struck in the head, a tactic Ballier says is not in line with training.
Pepper balls and less than lethal munitions in my training experience are never shot at the head, neck, or solar plex area. So to have these rounds impact someone in the face, in the head, in the neck runs the risk of serious injury, death, or unintentional consequences.
Well, yeah,
my professional assessment is that they are elevating the force to a degree that is excessive.
We sat down with the commander
There's
at
no
large.
such thing as less than lethal. Any of that stuff can kill you.
Yeah.
If I used any of that against a cop, they would say that's like attempted murder with a deadly weapon. They wouldn't say, "Oh, it was a less than lethal weapon."
Yeah.
They would. If I was assaulting someone with it, they would never consider it less than lethal. They're like, "Well, that could have killed them."
So
The operation.
a brief aside real quick. We all remember the guy who threw the sandwich, right?
Yes.
Did we talk about that he got acquitted again?
What do you mean again?
So after the jury didn't indict him,
Mhm.
they still charged him with misdemeanor assault on an officer. And it went to trial. And last week, he got acquitted by the jury.
Look, they're not finna look. It's not happening.
And one of the big lies was the Border Patrol officer who got hit with the sandwich said the sandwich exploded on him. Like he said he could smell the pickles and the mustard or whatever.
Yeah.
And clearly the sandwich hit him and then just fell to the ground, still wrapped. And
It all happened so fast, Tig.
He's wearing a bulletproof vest, and a dude
Kevlar.
threw a sandwich at him. And the dude was like, he came at me.
That oil is armor piercing. Didn't you know that?
It was pretty hilarious.
If it had onions on it, I would be able to tell, even if I had a Kevlar vest on. That's accurate.
But yes, the guy who threw the sandwich got acquitted of the misdemeanor. He's free to go, and Janine Pirro looks like an idiot.
Well, more.
liking
more.
Gregory Bavino, just a
Speaking of
few feet
idiots.
away from where this incident actually happened, to ask him directly about his federal agents' actions.
Chief, I do want to show you some of what I'm talking about.
Yo, she's fucking got the iPad out. I love it.
I'm curious if that is proper use of force.
Sure, absolutely. The use of that
What?
less lethal device.
What? He said absolutely?
Yeah. After the
Wow.
other guy just said it's definitely not allowed. Yeah.
Wow.
A pepper ball was absolutely in line with policy, and I applaud them for protecting that federal facility there.
From the priest?
From the man of the cloth?
Well, unarmed
No, he was
protesters outside
praying.
the brick building are definitely a danger. Yeah, okay.
He wasn't even holding the Bible. He had it memorized.
Damn.
Aiming
Yeah, he should have
above
shot
the
that
waist
priest.
Fuck that priest.
is within policy.
Yo, I want Trump to do something about this ICE agents persecuting Christians. You worried about Nigeria? You need to get ICE. They over there shooting a priest in the forehead.
It can be if someone strays into a pepper ball, then that's on them. Don't protest and don't trespass. And the use of force that I've seen.
Don't protest. Is he not aware of the First Amendment?
He is not. He's not aware of any of the amendments except for the second one. And
has
not for
been
people that aren't
exemplary.
him.
You think use of force here at Broadview has been exemplary?
I do.
Next, we looked at videos of pepper spray, also
You
known
could blind somebody doing that shit.
Yeah.
as OC spray, being deployed into protesters' faces, which DHS policy says can be deployed if a subject is offering active resistance. In this video from Portland, a federal agent walks up to the protester and sprays a large can of OC spray directly at her face from roughly 2 feet away. We can tell from the size of the can and the cone shape of the spray that it's intended to disperse a large crowd, not to target individuals.
I think for this particular one, it's a little disturbing because there does not appear to be any sort of de-escalation attempt. If you take direct shots to the eye, it can scratch or pick your cornea. All of these situations are tense. There's a lot of emotions on both sides. But
Oh yeah, that was Bavino throwing the tear
all of these
gas.
situations,
Hold on, is that him? Yeah, that's him. Hold on.
shots to the eye, it can scratch or pick your
3,
cornea.
2,
All of these
1.
situations are tense.
There. That's him.
Oh, all right.
That's what's got his ass in court.
There's a lot of emotions on both
He said, I got hit with a rock. And they're like, there's protester footage the whole time. You just came out of your car and threw it.
sides. But at the end of the day, you're a law enforcement professional. You are expected to have thick skin. You're expected to be able to withstand being accosted verbally, being called names, things like that.
On October 9th, a federal judge ordered immigration agents to stop deploying riot control weapons, including pepper spray, against peaceful protesters. Just days later, agents were captured in this video firing tear gas in another Chicago neighborhood. Do you feel?
And those tear gas canisters are hot as shit from all the outgassing. They are incredibly hot. So a lot of times in St. Louis, like during the Ferguson protest, people's like property was getting scorched. It was from the fucking cops launching those down the road in their fucking 40 millimeter launchers. They go skipping down the sidewalk and then they hit somebody's dry August. It's August. So it's somebody's dry bush. And then half of their house goes up in flames. They're like, I can't believe the rioters did that. And they're like, what the fuck? No, you did that shit, spraying it down the street.
Like any of your agents defied court orders by deploying CS gas after the order came down?
I'm not going to let any violence be perpetrated against any federal agent or any federal officer. So any use of force was well within CBP policy.
But what about potentially deadly force aimed at protesters?
Out of the road.
Federal agents have been filmed driving cars to move protesters, a move that Ballier characterizes as deadly force, or an action that carries a substantial risk of causing death or serious bodily injury.
Wow, someone's hanging off the car. Oh my God.
these vehicle maneuvers are extremely difficult and troubling to watch. You can go from 0 to lethal in a blink of an eye.
In this video taken in Chicago in October, a federal agent in an unmarked car is seen driving into a protester in the street. As you can see in the video, traffic doesn't seem to be impeded. Other cars are passing freely on the passenger side of the federal agent's car. There's even another officer directing traffic, suggesting there are other avenues for the vehicle to move. Once the vehicle makes contact, the agent engages with the protester.
I'm gonna slam you on the ground.
The vehicle in an offensive use in of itself.
Look at this little crybaby who can't control his emotions.
Do what I tell you to do, or my penis will shrink even more.
Rises into that deadly force arena. It raises the risk level for both the agent, officer, general public, and any sort of suspect exponentially.
As you can hear, there's also confusion as to who is driving in the car since it's unmarked.
Get out of the way. Who are you?
Who are you? One asks, which poses additional risk for officers, agents, and bystanders.
I can't stress enough the significance and importance of markings. So when I see like the lack of markings on approaches, on arrests, it is extremely troublesome.
The final tactic we're going to look at is hands-on contact between protesters and federal agents.
We don't have to watch the whole thing. But I'm just gonna, I'm not a legal scholar by any stretch. And nothing I say should be construed as legal advice. Tim, I go to the gas station. Some dudes roll up in a car, jump out of it, point flashlights in my face, tell me to get down on the ground. Do you think a jury's going to convict me if I defend myself?
Nah. Well,
it's a dangerous game they're playing because I don't know that, especially with the hero getting off like that. I don't know that anyone's going to convict them.
Well, also these guys don't have badges. They don't give their names. They don't have qualified immunity.
No.
So they will have to go to court.
They are responsible for every action that they take. ICE has a very specific mission. It has a very specific utilization of force and all that stuff.
Yeah.
They're not following any of that shit. They're just doing, hey, just get out there and just grab them up. All right. Don't grab the wrong person.
Yeah,
there's laws that prevent that from happening to us. Because you look like the cartel.
I see in the future a number of trials. Like a lot.
Yeah.
For these guys.
Is that sign-on bonus worth it?
Is it going to pay for your lawyer?
Is it going to pay for the casket?
Mm.
You could get really hurt just rolling up on people. You could get that is a dangerous proposition to just, stamina. It's a risky proposition to just be running up on folks.
Yeah.
You don't know.
And that's the crazy part too. They are just like showing up to people that they don't know. They don't know what situation those people are in. They don't know what's going on. You know how many people in America own guns? Most of us.
Most, yes, yeah. There's more guns in the States than people.
I don't, but Mikey does. I got a lot of swords.
I don't conceal carry, but I know a lot of people who do conceal carry.
Yeah, you don't
know. I know a lot of people who are not about to get carjacked and who have already put it up in their head that if somebody comes up and tries to shake my car, then we fighting. You look like that person. And Kash Patel still hasn't fucking put out any kind of fucking guidance because he's complaining that they're having to track down all these fucking fake ICE agents. Robbing banks, holding people hostage, robbing stores, and sexually assaulting women, all this stuff. They're doing it in your name because you refuse to put your people in uniforms.
Yeah.
You don't want to put them in uniforms. You don't want to put them in marked cars. Every time that they just take the plates off of the car I saw another report where like there'd be a different plate in the front than in the back, where they're just doing whatever they want to do with the plates. Who's responsible for that vehicle?
Yeah.
Who's in charge of that vehicle? Who's allowing these violations of the thing? Like not having markings on the car. Okay, maybe it's an undercover thing. Maybe there's some law that carves out a niche for that. But no plates?
Yeah. Yeah.
Brother, you're a carjacker.
You can't drive around with no plates.
No plates?
Yeah.
Nah, dog. You could be anybody, and no plates, no uniforms, no markings. And just comply, and then you'll figure out what it's like. Or I'll be sex trafficked. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Who the hell is gonna just like? Oh, I'll just wait and see if it's probably ice. It's probably ice.
Yeah, they're just wearing camo, carrying fucking AK-4 or fucking M16s or whatever, and fucking
AR-15.
Wearing masks. Yeah, I'll
And
do
the
whatever
thing
you
is,
want.
and they're just coming up to people, guns blazing.
Yep.
Brother, I have seen motherfuckers get smoked from the car behind the car that was getting jacked.
Yeah.
Because they didn't know that the dude behind them was packing. Was like, oh, they're finna rob. No, they're not. Blam, 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 blam. Hey, officers, I got the whole thing on dash cam. I saved that man's life. He the hero. He finna have a parade in the street and a barbecue joint named after him. Because he just saved the day. Y'all kept talking about good guy with a gun. What are y'all doing? This is risky shit. Well, hey, I don't work for ICE. So good luck out there. I hope they fucking get y'all some uniforms or something, because that is you couldn't pay me. You couldn't pay me to go plain clothes and just walk up to somebody's car. Oh, hell no. In Chicago? But it's okay. They all finna leave anyway, because guess what? It was 26 degrees last night.
You guys got snow too, didn't you?
I'm getting snow right now.
I got a little bit. Well, I got a little bit, and then other people got like a foot.
Yeah, I'm getting a little bit.
We're supposed to maybe get snow tomorrow.
It'll be working. It'll be working its way up the board. It'll hit the rest of it. The rest of it's hitting Tim, and then it'll be hitting you probably around tomorrow afternoon.
But the thing is, it's going to be above freezing, so it's just going to hit the ground and melt. It's not.
Yeah, that's what I got going on. It was below freezing this morning, but it's above freezing now, so it's just like lightly snowing and not doing anything.
Yeah.
Christy says snow. What's that again? Chris, don't start a fight with me. All right. I'm so sick of snow. Snow. Yeah. I always thought snow, because I'm from St. Louis. It snows there, but it's usually for a weekend and then it just disappears. It's just shitty weather. Being up here in the frozen north, the shit is biblical, bro. Like the cold makes you think like that cold is what sin must feel like. You know what I mean? Like it is just horrible. Your eyes, the inside of your nose. If you're talking, your gums will get frostbit, and you're just like, but why is it this cold? Water freezes at 32 degrees. We like 10, 15 degrees below that. What could the possible reason be to get colder than is horrible. I hate it here. And I think the wind is what saved us, because I live out here in corn country. And I think it literally just blew it away. Because it was coming down like sand. It was like sugar granules. So it just dusted itself on out down to the next town, I suppose. I could dig it. All right. Well, special show tonight at our normal evening time, and it will be our tabletop role-playing game called Delta Green. We're doing character creation, and we're going to explain a lot of the rules and stuff like that. And it'll be a very even though the game is all about cosmic horror and scary end of the world things, this is probably going to be the funniest fucking episode we ever put out. Because I can only see this turning into a complete flaming pineapple of a situation, and I do not have to participate in much of this, so I will just be cackling along with the
What?
along with the
You
chat.
got to set the scene. You got to do everything.
Well, we're just doing character creation.
You
He's
guys
just
are
gonna
just doing
explain the rules.
character. Yeah.
We got no idea what anything is, so everything comes from you.
That is true. I have no idea what anything is.
Yeah.
You're humans on this planet.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's based in reality. It's like normal.
Okay.
So am I playing
You're in
me?
modern day.
So am I playing me?
You can.
I don't want to.
Well, then don't.
It's a fantasy game.
We're gonna talk. We're gonna talk about all that tonight. So Delta Green, Cosmic Horror, maybe trigger warning because there is some death and stuff. But it's gonna be fun.
Okay.
It's gonna be cinematic. It's gonna be edgy. You're gonna be on the. You're gonna pay for the whole seat, but you're only gonna need the edge.
Yeah.
But in the meantime,
Fucking thing sucks.
Yeah, it does.
take care of yourselves, y'all. Be good. We'll see you tonight. See you in a few hours. And remember to drink your
me.